Are we ready to start?
We are, yes. We have all the attendees that we had confirmed would be with us this afternoon.
Okay. Good afternoon. I'm Karen Farmer-White, Chair of the State Board of Education, and I'd like to call to order this public hearing on Erie County Community College plan, on the Erie County Community College plan. Ms. Jones, would you please call the roll for attendance?
Yes, sorry, 1 second. Mr. Agris?
Present.
Honorable Achel?
Present.
Dr. Barker?
Present.
Mr. Barrett?
Present.
Dr. Gracie Green?
Present.
Dr. Carnicella? I'll go back to Nicole. Senator Dinniman? Ms. Dungy Glenn?
Here.
Ms. Griffin?
Here.
Dr. Gunter Smith?
Here.
Dr. Keeling?
Here.
Honorable Lolly Green?
Here.
Senator Langerholk?
Here.
Dr. Perry?
Here.
Representative Roebuck? Representative Sonny?
Here.
Ms. Swigard? Ms. Farmer-White?
Here.
Dr. Williams?
Here.
And I will go back, Nicole Carnicella. Dr. Carnicella?
I'm here.
Great, thank you.
Okay. This hearing will be conducted consistent with the relevant provisions of the General Rules of Administrative Practice and Procedure. Over the course of the next 2 days, we'll hear evidence related to Erie County's plan seeking to establish a new community college from 4 parties. The petitioner to this matter, Erie County, and 3 intervener parties, Empower Erie, the Northern Pennsylvania Regional College, and Senator Joseph Scarnati. The board will consider this evidence relative to the standards for establishing a new community college set forth in section 1902A of the Public School Code. Per the school code, we must determine whether the local sponsor, Erie County, has sufficient population to sustain a minimum enrollment, whether Erie County has sufficient wealth to financially support the college, and whether the county is not adequately served by established institutions of higher learning. All 3 of these factors must be met in order for us to approve the plan. I intend to call for a vote on Erie's plan at the end of the hearing. However, I want to be clear that any action taken during this quasi-judicial proceeding represents an interlocutory order and does not constitute final action of the board. Consideration of a final order on this matter, which will include a report of findings of fact and conclusions of law, will be scheduled during a future board meeting. Time allocation for this hearing previously were designated by a subcommittee of the board tasked with organizing the proceedings. Erie County and Empower Erie will have 2 hours to jointly present evidence to the board, and the Northern Pennsylvania Regional College and Senator Scarnati will have 2 hours to jointly present evidence. Tomorrow, the NPRC and Senator Scarnati will have 30 minutes jointly for cross-examination, followed by 30 minutes for joint cross-examination by Erie County and Empower Erie. Each set of parties participating jointly then will be granted 5 minutes for closing statements. Following closing statements, board members will be granted 3 minutes apiece to ask questions of either witnesses or counsel for the parties. Members who do not have questions may cede their time to another member of the board. Now, there are a few matters to attend to before we entertain presentations by the parties. First, I want to ensure all participants are aware that this hearing is being recorded both by a stenographer who will prepare the record and via Zoom and via the video recording feature available through Zoom's webinar platform. Second, in order to conduct these proceedings efficiently, it would be prudent for us to delegate authority to rule on objections and other procedural matters. Often this role is logically delegated to the board's chair. At this time, I'll open the floor for discussion among members about delegation of authority and will entertain a motion on this issue.
I move to have the chair have the authority to adjudicate the rulings on such matters.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Okay, any opposed? Okay, next, I'd like to address filings that were received from parties to this matter. One pertains to a request from Empower Erie to supplement its hearing exhibits to include a report that was not completed until the date originally scheduled for this hearing had passed. The second pertains to a request from Erie County to supplement its hearing exhibits. All filings related to this request were provided to members of the board prior to the hearing. The remaining filings pertain to requests from the Northern Pennsylvania Regional College and Senator Scarnati to include an expert report from Dr. James Links as part of their exhibits. The expert report was submitted to the board after the submission deadline established by the board's hearing committee. Filings related to these requests also were provided to members of the board prior to the hearing. I'd like to ask our legal counsel, Tom Howell, to summarize these filings as background for our consideration. After Mr. Howell concludes the summation, I will invite discussion among the board about each and will entertain motions to address these requests. Okay, Mr. Howell.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. Initially, the request that is most recently before the board is the motion of Empower Erie to supplement the record to include an exhibit that was not previously provided to the board.
I'm not sure why we're entertaining any of this. There was a deadline, and either it was missed or it wasn't missed. I believe that anything that was submitted after the deadline would qualify as having been missed. So why are we entertaining any of this?
That's honestly a question for the board.
Well, I'll move that
Can I have,
all
Jonathan?
such, yes,
I guess my question was, I just had a question. This is Jamie. I thought I heard it said that something was submitted in time, Karen, and distributed to the board, or not in time. I didn't
Not
hear
in
that
time.
part. So the empowered piece that they were waiting for some report to be finished was not completed in time and submitted in time by
Right.
our deadline. Is that correct?
Correct. Correct.
Okay, then I understand, Jonathan. I understand where Dr. Perry's going. Thank you.
thank you, Dr. Bracy Green. I move that any submissions that were sent to the board subsequent to the timeline that the board through its committee established not be entertained as any type of evidence or submission to the board.
I second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay. At this time, we'll move to the evidentiary submissions of the parties and entertain presentations by Erie County and Empower Erie. I'd like to recognize Michael Winfield and James Kurtz, counsel to Erie County, and James Hittinger, counsel to Empower Erie, to begin their presentation. Staff will begin timing the 2 hours allotted for your presentation now, and I will give you warning when you are nearing the end of your time.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Point of quick order before the time begins. In the notice of this public hearing, the board indicated that it was permissible for members of the public to submit comments that would be distributed to the board members, although they would not be given time in this proceeding. And my only question is, has that been done, if Your Honor knows? My understanding is
Yes.
there are many, many submissions that came from the public.
The hearing notice itself did not include that statement. I know there was an indication on the board's website that individuals who had an interest in this topic could submit letters to the board. We have been receiving those, and they have been added to a SharePoint folder with other public comments that have been received in the past that is accessible for review by all members of the board.
Thank you very much. Secondly, it was my understanding we'd have the opportunity to make a brief opening statement. I have prepared one, after which we are ready to proceed with our first witness, Madam Chair. If I may go forward and we start our time.
Proceed. Yes.
To the honorable members of this board, my name is James Kutz, and I have the honor of representing your applicant, the County of Erie. Given the direction of the board previously, I will also be speaking on behalf of the intervener, Empower Erie, who along with the county are urging approval of this long-pending application. Today, we intend to demonstrate by far more than a preponderance of evidence that Erie County more than meets the statutory criteria. It also meets the Department of Education's guidance for approval of this much-needed community college. We submit it met that criteria 3 years ago when it first submitted its application, and we believe it meets it today. As Madam Chair indicated, there are 3 prongs to this application review. Do we have a local sponsor that shows there's sufficient population? Is there sufficient wealth? And we need to show that the need is not currently being addressed by other existing institutions of higher learning. Additionally, I would quote from the board's own policy statement, which is part of its mission. It is to encourage and facilitate the development of community colleges within reasonable commuting distances of every citizen in this Commonwealth. That appears at 22 PA Code. Respectfully, there is no community college within a reasonable commuting distance of the residents of Erie. This board can change that and honor its policies at the conclusion of this hearing. Now, throughout this administrative process, and given the time constraints, we know there's a lot of already of record documentation proffered in support of the 3 criteria. Yes, there's feasibility studies, financial projections, and assessments of the need for the college. There are additional things, though. There's an already existing majority opinion of the special committee appointed by this board to review Erie's plan. That majority opinion supported approval. Number 2, our Honorable Governor, Tom Wolf, has already directed 2 letters pledging his support for the establishment of this community college. And finally, from the Department of Education itself, it has issued a report unequivocally recommending that every statutory criteria and individual guideline has been met, and yet this battle continues, ladies and gentlemen. In the next 2 hours, you will hear from several witnesses for both the county and Empower Erie, and I will be lead counsel for both entities. Each and every witness you will hear from concludes that every one of the statutory criteria has been more than satisfied. First, you will hear from the County Executive of Erie. You will then hear from 3 technical, educational, and financial experts. You will hear from leaders of the Chamber of Commerce, local philanthropic leaders, and you will lastly hear from the spiritual community of Erie County. The county is the 15th most populous out of 67 in this Commonwealth, ladies and gentlemen. 272,000 or thereabouts residents countywide, nearly 100,000 within the city itself. It's the 4th largest city in this Commonwealth, and it's the only urban county without, quote, reasonable access to a community college, and it is time, respectfully, to end that disparity. Now, the interveners in this proceeding oppose the creation of this college, but they do so mainly on the grounds that the Rural Regional College of Northern Pennsylvania, now operating as NPRC, is currently meeting the higher educational and workforce training needs of Erie County. We believe the evidence will show otherwise. 3 points, if I may. First, and to be clear, NPRC is a regional college created under a distinctly different statute passed to address the needs of rural counties, not to supplant the needs of urban counties, which Erie is. Erie is an urban county with a different population, with different needs than those of rural areas. Second, NPRC simply is not a community college that requires a local sponsor, nor is it tailored to the needs of that community. In fact, if you look at the literature submitted by NPRC itself, it does not want any individual community to claim it as their own. Erie County wishes to claim its community college as its own, meaning NPRC may well serve those areas that have no means and population to support their own community college. NPRC requires no local skin in the game. It relies exclusively upon state funding with small exception. It operates virtually and remotely. Witness after witness will tell you the target audience for Erie County Community College needs, and it's a term, a brick and mortar physical facility in Erie County. That is what we're asking you to approve. We need a facility where students will physically come to the class, interact with fellow classmates, form bonds of friendship and camaraderie, have one-on-one individual discussions and mentoring with their professors. The evidence will show that to even suggest that need is currently being met is disingenuous at best. Lastly, the evidence will overwhelmingly demonstrate that NPRC is not meeting the needs of Erie County and, in fact, is currently not willing to change its model to do so. Recent enrollment numbers from Erie County that have enrolled for at least 12 credit hours on a per semester basis are minimal, and we will present evidence in that regard. And you will hear that when Erie County, at the request of Governor Wolf himself, reached out to Erie County, asking them to reach out to NPRC to explore ways in which the two might be able to work together. It was NPRC that walked away from the discussion table in September of last year. They chose to stay with their one-size-fits-all approach, which is fine with us, but it does not fit Erie County. With respect, government is intended to do good and to do the right thing. With respect, we suggest that based on the evidence today, that to deprive this historic county and its young residents, as well as its mid-age residents, of the chance to do what other 14 communities get to do, i.e., provide an opening, an opportunity, a stepping stone for further education and skill training would not only be arbitrary, it would be egregious. This county is prepared philanthropically, financially, emotionally, and it has the population base to support a bricks and mortar community college. We expect you will do the right thing, ladies and gentlemen, and we look forward to presenting to you a very organized, reasonable, and compelling set of evidence today. Thank you, and with that, I wish to call my first witness. On behalf of Erie County and Empower Erie, we call Her Honor, the County Executive, Kathy Dahlkemper.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
You raise your right hand to be sworn. You swear the testimony you're about to give the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
State your name, please.
My name is Kathy Dahlkemper.
And what is your current occupation, ma'am?
I am the elected county executive of Erie County, Pennsylvania.
How long have you held that position?
I've held this position for approximately 6.5 years.
Generally speaking, what are your responsibilities?
As a county executive, I am the chief executive officer of the county as laid out in the Home Rule Charter, and per the administrative code, I oversee all the administrative responsibilities of the county. And I also am the elected official who is here to represent the whole of the county, each resident, each business, and I'm also the lead on the application that was sent to the Board of Education for an Erie County Community College.
Prior to serving as county executive, did you hold any other public offices?
Yes, I did. I served as the Congresswoman from the 3rd Congressional District of Pennsylvania back when it was still the 3rd District here in Northwest Pennsylvania.
Educational background, briefly?
I have a bachelor's in science in dietetics.
Ms. Dahlkemper, as county executive of the sponsor pending before this board, the application pending before this board, were you involved in the preparation and submission of the county's application?
The preparation of this application was actually done by the nonprofit Empower Erie. Once that document was brought together, it was brought in front of County Council, who then who approved it, and then as the county executive, I was charged to submit the application to the Board of Education and be the lead in moving it forward to eventual approval.
Once you submitted that application, did you continue to have communications with the State Department of Education?
We've had continual dialogue with the State Board of Education and the administration of that board.
And based upon those communications, did the county actually make changes to its original plan?
We made changes to the original plan as requested by the Board of Education.
Okay. Now, you have the Erie County exhibit book in front of you, ma'am?
I do.
Would you please take a look at it? And there are a number of exhibits. And what I'm going to do is ask you whether you believe these are all documents that comprise the various submissions and communications that have already been made either to the board or the Department of Education. And they are as follows. Exhibit 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 16, 17, and 19.
They are.
Now, is it your understanding that the Department of Education reviewed the plan as revised and then issued a report indicating that the plan, in fact, met the statutory requirements?
Yes,
And have you seen that report?
I have seen that report.
Would you look at Exhibit 13? It is a certified copy of the report of the Department of Education.
Yes, it is.
And you agree with me that that report concludes that it recommends it meets the criteria?
I do agree.
Would you look at Exhibit for Erie County 11 and 12? Do you have 11 in front of you, ma'am?
I have them here in front of me.
And am I correct that that's an October 28, 2019 letter from His Honor
Yes.
Governor Wolf to Karen Farmer White?
Yes, it is, dated October 29th, 2019, to Ms. Karen Farmer White from Governor Tom Wolf.
And in there, he advises that 15 community colleges can be approved for participating in the upcoming fiscal year.
Yes, he does.
How many community colleges currently are approved in this state?
There are 14 community colleges approved in Pennsylvania at this time.
So the 15th would be Erie County Community College.
The 15th would be the Erie County Community College.
Let's go to the next exhibit, Exhibit 12. October 28, 2019 letter, excuse me, from Governor Wolf to Chairman of the Board and the members of the Board. Can you read the first sentence, or first paragraph aloud, ma'am?
Yes, I can. Dear Ms. Farmer White and members of the board, as you consider Erie County's application to establish a new community college, I wish to express my support for a community college in Erie. A community college in Erie would create new higher education opportunities in the region and help to meet the training and workforce development needs of the business community. There is also growing support for a community college from area residents and community leaders.
Thank you. Two other exhibits, Exhibit 1 and Exhibit 10.
Yes, I have those.
And to show the formality, am I correct that Exhibit 1 is the Erie County Council's resolution number authorizing the submission of the college plan?
Yes, it is.
And let's go to number 10. That reaffirms by resolution of the County Council?
Yes, it does.
If you will, in your own words, why does Erie County seek to establish a community college?
Erie County's poverty rates are higher than the state and national average. Erie County's educational attainment rates are lower than the state and national average. And we also have an economy that has struggled for decades as we move from a very heavy manufacturing economy to a much more diverse economy. Study after study for at least 2 decades has again brought forward the idea of a community college here in Erie County, providing much that's what's needed to train up the workforce of our community, to help bring people out of poverty, to help them achieve the education they need for the jobs of today and the future, and to help our economy actually thrive and instead of struggle along as it has. With all of those things that we look at, we know that an Erie County Community College will put us on equal footing, not only with other communities in Pennsylvania, but across this nation and globally.
In a previous address to this honorable board last year, Ms. Dahlkemper, you spoke of 3 major factors that prescribe the urgent current need for a community college in Erie County: access, affordability, and attainment. Do you recall that?
I do.
If you can, I'm going to ask you to elaborate on each of those major factors today, June of 2020, as things exist in Erie County. Please describe what you mean by access.
When I talk about access, I talk about institutions that allow for open enrollment. I talk about institutions that are at a price point that so many in our community could afford, which they cannot currently. And I talk about access for the training that our business owners continue to tell us they need to see in the workforce of today. And we do not have access to those.
Quick question. Has Erie County's training and educational needs in any way decreased since you originally filed this application? And if you will, take into account the impact of COVID-19.
Absolutely, they have not decreased. In fact, they have increased. As we look at the economic toll that COVID-19 has taken on our community just in these past few months, and continual business transitions and business losses in our community, this community college is needed now more than ever.
Prong 2, what did you mean by affordability when you spoke to the board last year?
We have 4 great universities in Erie County, but the cost per credit hour, even of our cheapest school, Edinburgh University, is above what so many people can afford in our community. And they range from somewhere in the low 300s up to over $800 a credit for some of our universities locally. This is certainly not attainable for so many people in our community who live in poverty or close to the poverty level.
And prong 3 of your presentation last fall, attainment. Speak to that.
Educational attainment, as we know in Erie County, is below, again, as I said, the state and the national average. We need people to be trained up for the jobs of today and tomorrow, and many of the jobs that are needed don't need a 4-year education. They need the certificate, they need the 2-year degree, and also have people be able to go on to a 4-year school. And so having that ability to get that educational attainment is crucial to our businesses being successful, and again, our residents having the life that they deserve here.
To be direct, do you believe that the board's approval of the county's plan, which calls for a brick-and-mortar college campus physically in Erie County, would eliminate or at least substantially reduce those higher educational and training shortcomings that are negatively impacting your community?
I very, very strongly believe that the community college is a big part of the answer to these struggles that we've had for generations here.
And the simple question next is why?
The community college will be affordable, it'll be accessible, and it will allow people to get the training they need to get out of poverty, to have a family-sustaining wage, and to allow our businesses to have the trained-up workforce that they need to then be successful, as I said, not only regionally, statewide, nationally, but globally.
Thank you. I refer you to the board's policy in Chapter 35 of Title 22. It provides that one of the goals and missions of this honorable board is to, quote, encourage and facilitate the development of community colleges within reasonable commuting distances of every citizen of the Commonwealth. Is there a community college within a reasonable commute of the residents of Erie County?
There is not a community college within reasonable distance. The closest community college is 100 miles away.
The interveners in this case have argued that NPRC can address the higher education and workforce training needs of Erie County. Do you believe that to be the case?
I do not.
And can you elaborate? Why not?
NPRC, as it was originally brought forward, is really dedicated to the rural areas of our Commonwealth. And we do have some rural areas in Erie County, but we are an urban and suburban county. We have 49% of the footprint of the NPRC, and yet the needs in our urban core in particular are different and unique and much different than the rural needs. And as much as I respect the work that NPRC is doing, they cannot scale up to the point that we need to assist our residents in getting the training they need and our businesses to get that workforce they need.
To those that would say, isn't it true that when NPRC was being created and contemplated that you had requested Erie County to be included in its footprint?
I did.
And why is that?
I think any type of education for our residents here is beneficial. We have such a gap in education and the ability for people to get the workforce training they need, that I welcome all to come and train up our residents. And so whether that was NPRC or Edinburgh University when they opened up their Perico campus, or Mercyhurst University as they opened up a 2-year campus in Northeast, all of those will help, but they're not scalable, not to the point that this community needs.
At some point, did Erie County explore potential collaboration with NPRC?
We did.
How did that come about?
We were requested by the Wolf administration to sit down with NPRC to see if there was a way to take the model that we had put forward in our community college plan and to somehow blend it with the model of the NPRC and still meet the needs of Erie County. And so that's what we sat down and discussed.
What ultimately occurred?
Well, ultimately, after months of, I would say, very good conversations, very honest and open conversations, it became transparent to us that the respect we have for NPRC is still there, but they cannot meet the needs of Erie County's workforce and businesses. Much of it is around scalability, but also the specific needs of a more urban county cannot be met by their model.
Who broke off the negotiations, Erie County or NPRC?
NPRC broke off the conversation, the talks going forward.
You have the exhibit book in front of you. Could you look at the last exhibit? It's Erie County Exhibit 33.
I have that in front of me.
you?
I have it. Mm-hmm.
And it's an email letter from Kate Brock to, among other people, Kathy Dalkamper, dated August 25, 2019. Do you recall receiving an email letter back in August of last year?
I do recall receiving this.
And by the way, who do you know Kate Brock to be?
Kate Brock is the chairperson of the Board of Trustees of the NPRC and was actually part of the conversations going forward between my team and the NPRC team.
And in this correspondence, and I'll read it aloud, I want you to tell me if I've read it correctly, what she says, quote, "To that end, after deep consideration and consultation with our Board of Trustees, leadership team, and constituents, we have decided to cease further discussions at this time with the Erie County Task Force and Erie County Council." Did I read that correctly?
Yes, you did.
Was that the end of discussions with NPRC?
That ended the discussions between the two entities.
Ultimately, what did you take away from those discussions and the fact that NPRC terminated further talks? Were they right or wrong?
I believe NPRC was right to terminate because I think they also saw that our two models really are different models, and I believe that they also realized that the needs of Erie County are unique, and their model would probably be stretched to a point of unable to serve the other communities that they're serving, and it wasn't a model that fit for them, that we needed for Erie County.
Very quickly, if we can, Exhibit 31.
I'm going to object to that question and answer as speculative. The witness was asked to testify as to what NPRC believed, thought, and did when it acted. I object to that question and answer.
Very quickly, that was not the question. The answer may have included that. We'll move on. If I can direct you to Exhibit 31 and 32. These are two more resolutions of Erie County Council instructing that Erie try to negotiate with NPRC?
Yes.
Ms. Dalkamper, do you see your proposed college as being a competitor of NPRC and what it offers as you know it?
I actually don't see them as a competitor. In fact, I see, once we have the Erie Community College up and running, that it could be a great partnership. Like so many other schools, there could be students who take courses at both, depending on where they live, depending on what courses they need, depending on what their current situation is. And so I think it could be a great partnership going forward.
You're aware that Senator Scarnati is an intervener in this matter opposing?
I am aware of that.
Did you ever attempt to discuss the county's application and the formation of a community college, bricks and mortar in Erie County with the senator?
In March of 2018, I asked for a meeting with the senator.
What occurred?
The senator was not willing to meet with me in Harrisburg. I was in Harrisburg. And so a meeting was set up between his chief of staff, Drew Compton, and Greg Mahon, and myself.
Did you attend that meeting?
I did in the Capitol building, in
And-
Mr. Scarnati's office suites.
Did you approach that meeting with an open mind in an effort to discuss with him ways to resolve his concerns?
I certainly did.
What happened?
The meeting was difficult from the beginning, but the thing that happened during the meeting, which was most disturbing to me, was when Mr. Drew Compton told me that they were going to go to war over our community college application.
Did that surprise you?
Objection. It's hearsay.
Oh, respectfully, the intervener in this case had his agents, his chief of staff, serve in his stead. They are admissions against interest. Additionally, Mr. Crompton signed verifications in this matter. He is as much a party as Senator Scarnati. And I would ask that those statements be allowed. They are not hearsay. They are admissions against interest.
Objection overruled.
One last question. What would you like this honorable board to consider when they deliberate at the close of the evidence in this hearing tomorrow?
I would appreciate if this honorable board would consider the community of Erie County, its citizens, its businesses, its children, its future. This community college is not only wanted, it is so needed and so necessary for our community to truly move forward, to truly create the economy that is needed to make this community successful. We have many, many good things going on here, and this community college will only add to the great work that's being done here. So I implore you to look at the evidence, to look at the need, and to look at the equity and know that we will have greater equity in this community when we have a community college.
They're all the questions I have of this witness. Thank you. If we wish to continue, and it's good to go, Madam Chair, we would call, and this will be by Zoom. My next witness is in Minneapolis, of all places, Nicole Parker. I call to the stand.
Okay. Proceed.
At least on my screen, I do see Nicole in the lower left-hand corner.
I'm here.
Gotcha, thank you. Wearing the pearls and the black top, correct?
That's me.
Okay. Please
Would
state
you
your
raise
name.
your right- No. Would you raise your right hand to be sworn?
I apologize.
I can't see you. Do you have your hand raised?
I do.
Do you swear the testimony you're about to give the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Can you state your name for the record?
Nicole Parker.
And Ms. Parker, as we go through your testimony today, I'm going to ask you to be as brief as you can without cutting substantive corners. We have a 2-hour time frame, and I thank you for understanding that in advance. What is your occupation? By whom are you employed?
I am president and co-founder of Parker Phillips. We're a women-owned firm headquartered out of Erie, Pennsylvania, but as you mentioned, I am based out of Minneapolis, Minnesota.
And what is your educational background, ma'am?
I have a bachelor's from the University of Pittsburgh in anthropology and political science and a master's from the Graduate School of Public and International Affairs at the University of Pittsburgh.
Please tell the board what it is you do, particularly with regard to feasibility studies.
I have been in the consulting field since 1999, so I have 20 plus years experience in doing research, particularly for higher educational institutions and for academic medicine. What I've done in the past is to give evidence to C-suite executives as well as higher education leaders when they're considering expanding a specific program, looking at the feasibility of starting a medical school, or growing beyond their current footprint into another state. I have over 500 economic impact studies, 400 of which are for higher education institutions throughout the United States. I've worked in 48 out of 50 states, and I'm considered an expert in particular with higher educational impact studies.
Have you been qualified as an expert previously?
No.
Were you engaged as part of the Erie County team that prepared and submitted the plan for a community college, that plan which is pending before the board presently?
Yes.
Explain.
I was lead of the Parker Phillips team, which included a bunch of folks, but in the interest of brevity, the most notable person on my team was Dr. Kate Shaw. She is former Deputy Secretary of Post-Secondary Higher Education in Pennsylvania, and she currently is the Executive Director of Research for Action in Philadelphia.
What research, as briefly as you can, what research did you conduct?
We conducted the feasibility study beginning in January 2017 that ended in April of 2017.
And since the time of your original research, have you performed any further research?
Yes, we were asked to update the data metrics as well as the current condition of the post-secondary market in Erie County in February of 2020.
In short, what are you looking for in feasibility? What are you looking to determine, is it or is it not feasible?
We're looking to gather data that gives people information if this is workable. So is it a go or a no-go situation? Luckily, in this case, we were given a pretty clear roadmap from the Department of Education about what we had to determine. So we gathered information from the census. We did a primary survey of consumers via telephone. We did surveys with high school students from Corey, Erie City School, and my alma mater, Iroquois. And we were really looking to give information and recommendations if Erie could sustain a bricks and mortar community college with the existence of NPRC, as well as other 4-year and 2-year institutions in the market.
And did you prepare a detailed feasibility study as part of the programmatic expert retained in this matter?
Yes, I did.
And that would be, I believe, Exhibit 6 and Exhibit 7?
That's correct.
Exhibit 7 even being a separate exhibit because it's so large.
Yes, that's correct.
Now, did you also prepare a supplemental report for purpose of coming to today's hearing?
Yes, I did.
If you look at Exhibit 26, is that your report?
Yes, it is.
And do you stand by the content of that report, the facts asserted, and the opinions contained therein?
Yes, I do.
Go to Exhibit 27. To move this along, is that a summary of your detailed work and effort?
Yes, it is.
And you stand by that 2-page summary?
Yes, I do.
Are you prepared to render opinions here today to this board to a reasonable degree of certainty in your field of expertise, which, as I understand it, is research relating to feasibility studies with a focus and emphasis on higher educational institutions?
Yes, I am.
Madam Chair, I present Nicole Parker for purposes as an expert in this matter.
Yes. Okay.
What type of research tools, Ms. Parker, did you use to obtain your data?
The secondary data research was from pretty common sources that most folks go to reference for populations such as the census. We also took a look at the higher education market through IPEDS. Most folks in higher ed are familiar with the IPEDS database, but every college and university in the US just gives their data about tuition, graduation rates, et cetera. We also did a profile of the high school market to see what it looked like. And then the primary research that we did was, the crown jewel of that was the consumer research, which was a telephone survey, a 12-minute telephone survey of Erie County residents. And that was, we surveyed 503 folks. And the reason we chose the telephone methodology is because it is the most accurate way to get opinion. It was a random dial survey. We had a high incidence rate, and what that means is that a lot of people didn't say no. And I wanted to mention to you that in the Erie County market, it's a very unique market in the nation and the state for doing market research. Erie County is usually a test market because the responses that you get are typically, there's no shortage of opinion, and you hear different things. And a lot of companies and market research firms like to test their products in Erie because they get sometimes negative. It's a tough market. And, so we choose your market, the Erie County market, to get a real assessment of how things are going to go.
Direct question, when you were hired, were you asked to reach a result, or were you given independence to report it as you found it?
We were given independence. I think that that's one of the critical things about Parker Phillips and our approach to feasibility is that we come in neutral. While everyone, including our client, wants to have a positive result, we do not guarantee that upon signature of contract.
Now, in terms of, and a lot of folks in the board will understand this, statistics, reliability,
Yes.
the results you achieved, what level of reliability do you impose, if you will? Do you
Sure.
was the level of reliability? I said that badly, but you got my drift.
I understand. We achieved a 95% confidence interval, plus or minus 4%, which is the margin of error. And what that means simply is if you did the study 95 times out of 100, you'd get the same result with that margin of error. So it could be higher, it could be lower. But that's a statistically significant sample, and we were assured through our quality checks every night with the phone team, how the questions were being asked, that these were the most valid results that we could have obtained.
Let me ask you this, in your own words, summarize for the board, and if you need to look at your reports, feel free to do that.
Okay.
But tell the board, what were the findings, what were the conclusions derived from your research vis-a-vis the feasibility component of this you were asked to look at?
Okay. Well, number one, I should point out that when we did our study initially in 2017, NPRC had just gotten started. And that was a significant factor in how to determine the feasibility of a bricks and mortar community college. So what we identified was that what Erie County had then and still has now is a patchwork approach to post-secondary education. And that trying to piecemeal this in with 4 years posing as 2 years and a distance learning model was not going to solve the needs of Erie County. We also identified that the poverty levels, and they are significant. It's 15.3% in Erie County. There needed to be a bigger intervention. The educational attainment levels, as has already been mentioned on this call, were low. But in general, Erie County supported a community college. I think it's 72% of all consumers surveyed stated that it was important or very important to have a community college in Erie County. When we broke that demographic down to a younger demographic, the 18 to 34, that number jumped up to 82%, which is a very significant number. And what's important when I talk about these statistics is they are all within the margin of error. These are significant pull-out numbers to show that Erie consumers valued the idea of a freestanding community college, and the younger group valued it even more.
To ask the question directly, based on your research, does Erie County currently have its higher education and workforce training needs being met by institutions, existing institutions of higher learning?
No, it does not.
Because?
Well, as I mentioned, it is a patchwork approach. And while NPRC has come into the market to provide distance learning options, and there are some options out there, the affordability issues of when you look at some of the 4-year institutions in the market, they're very expensive. And I point everyone to EC 27. When you look at the per capita income of roughly $27,000 per year, and the cost of 1 year of education on the next page, even the most inexpensive of options, that's 50% of someone's annual earnings. That's just not achievable. And so there needs to be an affordable option.
Let me ask this, to those who would say, is not NPRC able to fill the need? Prong 3 under the statute, the needs already being met or the needs not being met. How do you come down on that based on your research?
In our research, we always believed that NPRC was to be a part of a solution. It wasn't an either or, it was an and. The type of learning offered by NPRC is distance learning, and we've looked at statistics and data coming out, especially from Columbia University's community Community College Center for Research that said that people who are low income and don't have academic achievement in their history from a K through 12 experience struggle with this type of learning. We also found that a bricks and mortar community college, especially one that follows the IPASS method of guidance counseling, that's the integrated planning advising for student success. It's a highly interventional, highly personal guidance counseling method that community college students often need to be successful. Earlier, it was mentioned there was an issue of equity, and that was one of the things that we have to look at. To get students to be successful in a higher ed experience, oftentimes you have to offer them unique tools and a strategy to be successful. So that was why we said that Erie needed a community college, its own community college.
Is it your opinion, to a reasonable degree of certainty in your field of expertise, that an Erie County Community College in Erie, Pennsylvania, bricks and mortar, is feasible?
Yes.
And do you hold that to a reasonable degree of certainty, as well as all other opinions expressed in any of your reports that have already been identified?
Yes.
I have no further questions of the witness, Madam Chair. Thank you, Nicole.
Thanks.
Madam Chair, our next witness will be Joseph P. Maloney, M-A-L-O-N-E-Y, CPA. And he is on his way.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good afternoon, excuse me.
Yes.
Indeed. You will need to be sworn in.
Raise your right hand to be sworn. You swear the testimony you're about to give the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, it is.
Sir, state your name.
Joseph P. Maloney.
What is your occupation?
I'm a certified public accountant with the firm of Maloney Reed Scarpetti in Erie, Pennsylvania since 1973.
You own your own firm?
Yes.
Do you hold a CPA designation?
Yes, I do.
Tell the board for how many years?
Since 1972.
Where did you obtain your degree from, sir?
Gannon University in 1970.
Do you have any other certifications?
I'm a certified fraud examiner since 2006 and certified in financial forensics since 2015.
And are you actively licensed and in good standing with the State Board of Certified Public Accountants?
Yes, I am.
What types of clients do you serve, sir?
I serve a wide variety of clients. I have some nonprofits, some business clients. I have individuals. I have not been doing any audits lately, but we used to do audits of school districts and other educational entities. So we have a large variety.
Have you done work for public entities? That's my question.
Yes, I have. I have worked as a financial advisor to the County of Erie for over 38 years and worked with them on budgets, tax information, bond issues, and other issues.
And do those kind of things require you to make assessments, evaluations financially of the capability of a particular bond issue, whether debt can be retired and the like?
Yes, it does.
At some point, were you asked by the county to assist them in the preparation of their plan for a community college?
Yeah, in September 2016, the county council requested that I meet with a group of people that were putting together a new plan for a community college. At that point, after some discussion, they asked me to prepare the various projections required under the plan.
And that would be prong 2 of the statutory requirements, whether or not it is feasible economically, right?
Yes, it would be.
Did you undertake those tasks?
Yes, I did.
And were you, and are you able to render a professional opinion as to, within a reasonable degree of certainty, as to whether there is sufficient available funding and local sponsor wealth to sustain this proposed community college as the plan is currently before the board?
Absolutely.
And were your findings included as part of the plan submitted to the State Board of Education?
Yes, they were.
State Board of Education. Now, did you also prepare an expert report for today?
Yes, I did.
And is that exhibit Erie County-28?
Yes.
Now, if you turn to tab 28 of that binder, that's the report you prepared, and you reach certain conclusions in that report, do you not?
Yes, I do.
And are those conclusions that you reached, again, to a reasonable degree of certainty?
Yes.
And do you adopt today, if permitted to be qualified as an expert, to adopt the content and findings of that report as your testimony?
Yes, I do.
I offer Joseph Maloney, CPA, as an expert in finance and accounting. If I may proceed?
Yes,
Thank you.
proceed.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. Sir, can you please inform the board what professional opinions and conclusions you did reach regarding the financial plan that has been submitted as part of the County of Erie's application?
I reached the conclusion that the County of Erie could sustain the community college and that it would be viable for at least a decade without any issues of using real estate taxes.
And now, I was going to say why, but let me ask this question. Explain how you arrived at those conclusions, which I think is the same question. How'd you get there?
Well, what we did was prepare the projections for the 5 years, looked at those and benchmarked that information to make sure that that seemed to be accurate. We were able to do that for the 5 years, and we met all the requirements that were required under the Pennsylvania Education Association.
There are 3 basic funding components of a community college, are they not?
Yes.
What are they?
The first one is student tuitions and fees. The second one is contribution from the state. And the third one is a local sponsor.
As you looked at your data, did you conclude that the credit charge for each student, for each credit, would be feasible, reasonable, and doable, attainable, sir?
Yes, I did. It compared very favorably to the other average credit charges in the other 14 community colleges.
And based upon your projections, did you believe that the cost for community college in Erie would be in any way significantly higher, lower, or thereabouts with other community college, the other 14?
It was very favorable to the other community colleges and really favorable compared to what other educational opportunities there are in Erie County.
Sir, as you understand, there are detractors who would suggest that Erie County does not have the financial wherewithal to carry this project forward?
That's absolutely incorrect. The Erie County is very stable financially. It has a $55 million fund balance, of which $44 million of that is unrestricted. It also has $7.4 million in the gaming fund that's unrestricted funds that could be used for this, plus the money that comes in from the gaming fund each year.
Some board members may know, some may not. Let's talk about gaming revenues and guarantees flowing into Erie County. Explain that to the board.
Erie County has, since 2007, been the recipient of funding from the Gaming Authority. It has originally been about $12 million. It went down to about $11 million after that, and it's been pretty steady at $11 million for the last couple of years and actually been increasing slightly. The funds have been used for transformational type projects in Erie County, such as the airport runway and the Erie Insurance Arena improvement.
In this case, County Council and the County Executive would like some of those funds to go for a community college.
That is correct.
And do you see any reason why legally that is not an appropriate purpose for those substantial funds?
No, I do not.
Let's talk about the source of funding. There's been some criticism leveled from documentation submitted in opposition to this, that using gaming funds is not a good idea, or is a bad idea, or is not a reliable idea. How do you respond to that?
Well, I think it's an excellent use of those funds because it doesn't affect the real estate taxes, which would affect some of the lower income individuals.
And by the way, if gaming fell off the face of Erie County into the lake, did you do any projection as to what it would cost each Erie resident in terms of a potential tax increase to make the sponsors' contribution work?
Yes. If you look at what the county assessed value is, it's like $13 million for a mill. We would need $0.25 to fund the community college, and that works out to be about $2.20 a month.
Which would be $8.80 a year?
It'd be more like $27.
$27 a year. I see you said month. I apologize. Now, what would you say to those that have concerns that the exclusive use of gaming fund revenue would limit the ability of the college to grow over time?
Well, that's not true. The projections show that we will not even be using all of the funding that's coming from gaming. That in essence, at the end of the 5-year period, that we would have an increase in the fund balance in the gaming revenue. So there's going to be plenty of funds to cover the costs of the community colleges. And when you figure what the other community colleges are paying, we are really within line with that.
Does the plan, the current plan that's being reviewed, sir, does it include an estimate of proposed capital improvements over a 10-year period?
Yes, it does, as required under the Act.
And what did you conclude in that regard?
I included as that part of our requirements for the local sponsor. We met all the dollar amounts that we needed for that. We were able to get a listing of what equipment we needed for what classes we were going to offer, and we're able to find the buildings that were required in the 7th and 10th year.
Now, we talked to Nicole Parker about reliability of her projections and conclusions. Did you, from a financial perspective, undertake any steps to validate the financial plan you had developed?
Yes, what I did was go out to the National Center for Educational Statistics to see what the other 14 colleges were spending, what they were receiving in revenue, and compare that to what the County of Erie was doing.
Are all of your financial projections in the plan documents that are already of record?
Yes.
Meaning the board has them?
Yes, they are.
And any relevant portions of your financial projection, the most relevant, they appear in Exhibit EC 28 as well?
Yes, they do.
So they're in 2 places. So if any board member had a question for you, and in fact, if anyone had a question for you, you're prepared to answer?
Yes, I am.
So in closing, sir, can you inform the board as to your professional opinion regarding the financial aspects of the County of Erie's plan for this proposed community college? In other words, does it have the financial capability to move forward and be successful?
Yes, it does. It has an excellent opportunity. The plans put together, I think, are excellent, and that they meet all the benchmarking that we do.
You had an opportunity to review the Department of Education's analysis of the viability of the plan?
Yes, I did.
And what do you understand their conclusion to be?
They concluded the same thing, that the financial worth of the county could afford this community college.
And I take it you certainly agree with the Department of Ed's conclusion?
I certainly do.
And you stand by your opinions today?
I absolutely do.
I have no further questions of the witness, Madam Chair.
Okay.
At this point, we call to the witness stand Dr. Roy Church, C-H-U-R-C-H.
You raise your right hand to be sworn. Testimony, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Ready to proceed, sir?
Yes, sir.
State your name.
Dr. Roy A. Church.
And, sir, where do you reside?
In Avon Lake, Ohio.
And are you currently retired, sir?
Yes, I am, as of 2016.
You are going to be presented as an expert witness here today, Dr. Church, so we do it quickly, but we do have to go through certain parameters of qualifying you. Prior to accepting retirement, if you will, what did you do?
I served for 30 years as president of Lorain County Community College in Lorain County, Ohio.
And as president of that university, let's see, that would have been 30-some years, is that correct?
I was in my 30th year when I retired.
And as president, what did you do?
Had full responsibility for the growth, development, and service of the community college to the citizens of Lorain County.
When you got there, what was the status of Lorain County Community College?
It was an institution of about 6,000 students, head count, that had a good foundation and a solid base. It's an institution, the Board of Trustees wanted to move much more effectively towards serving the wide range of needs of the community.
And do you know, what's the FTE or the enrollment, whatever you prefer today?
Well, you know, it's good to have both measures because head count gives you a sense of the total volume of students, and FTE translates that into full-time equivalencies, obviously. So the Lorain County Community College serves about 12,000 head count students every year, and over 8,500 full-time equivalent students.
Prior to your status as president of Lorain County Community College, what did you do?
I served at 2 community colleges in the state of Florida, St. Petersburg Community College on the west side of Tampa Bay, where I was the chief academic officer for a 5-campus college. And before that, at Broward Community College, where I served as assistant to the president, as a campus academic dean. And then I had the true privilege and honor to start a brand new campus for Broward in serving the Hollywood, Hallandale, and Pembroke Pines area.
You mean you built it from the ground up?
Yes, yes. We scheduled every class, hired every faculty member, ended up developing the entire campus. When I left Broward Community College to move to St. Petersburg, the South Campus had over 6,000 students.
By way of education, sir?
I have a bachelor's degree in science from the State University of New York at Cortland, a master's in education, and a doctorate in education in higher education from Florida Atlantic University in Boca Raton, Florida.
Do I understand from your testimony that you have spent the last, well, until retirement, the last 45 years in higher education with an emphasis on community college?
Absolutely.
Let's talk a little bit about work you've done outside actual academia, meaning with the students and teaching. Federal, state, local level, your exposure there, sir?
Well, you know, community college leaders generally have opportunities to have an impact at all 3 of those levels. Most significantly at the local level, next most at the state, and then somewhat at the national level. At the state level, in my 30 years at Lorain, I served 3 governors as members of their workforce, executive workforce boards. I served as the co-chair of the Board of Regents Articulation and Transfer Council with a university president for 20 years. So I have a lot of experience with the transferability of college credits between community colleges and universities. At the federal level, I worked closely with our legislative delegation, working with senators and congressmen, congresspeople from both parties to help guide federal legislation appropriate to community college development. And I served as a member of the Manufacturing Extension Partnership of the American Manufacturing Association for about an 8-year period, which certainly gave me a feel for the importance of manufacturing trends and developments.
Over those 45 years, sir, would it be fair to say you were involved in the creation, development, and analysis of community college viability and growth?
Absolutely. You know, not only did I have 30 years of wonderful experience in helping Lorain County Community College grow, but worked across the state in assisting community college development in a wide variety of ways. One of the most notable would be I supported the Chancellor of the Board of Regents in his effort to develop a community college to serve the Mahoning Valley, Youngstown, Warren, and 3 counties in that area. So had the wonderful experience of helping pull together a brand new community college to serve that heretofore unserved area.
And to move this along, 2 things. One, you were asked to be involved in the actual analysis of whether or not a plan could be submitted that would be viable with the Pennsylvania Board of Education, correct?
Yes, I was. You know, one of the staff members of the Erie Community Foundation was an individual who had worked in Ohio for many years at the state level and in Lorain County and knew the role of community colleges and Lorain in particular. As he retired back to Erie, the Erie County Community College plan was being developed. And he asked if I would be willing to share my years of experience and expertise in helping to guide the growth and development of this plan.
And you agreed to do so?
I did, with relish.
And let me ask you this. As we understood there was opposition to the plan, you were asked and retained actually by us to reevaluate your conclusions and to issue an expert report. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Is your expert report consistent with what your findings were when you undertook the planning effort?
Yes, it was, and I would certainly refer any board members to the pre-marked tab 25 in the exhibits from the Erie County submittal for the entire report. In fact, I may be commenting on some of the facts and data that's included in that as we go forward.
We'll get to that after we work through the qualification issue. Sir, are you here today to render an opinion or a series of opinions as to whether or not the plan presently proposed to this board is reasonable, financially viable, and should be implemented because there's a current need not being met?
Yes.
And you're ready to render those opinions to a reasonable degree of certainty in your field of educational expertise?
Based on my experience and my expertise, yes.
Madam Chair, I present Dr. Church as an expert in the field of education with an emphasis on community college development and viability.
Okay, proceed.
Doctor, first, let's talk a little bit about Lorain County Community College. Does that experience bring value to you in assessing Erie?
Yes, it does. Lorain County Community College has a population that is very, very similar to Erie County, and it has an economic and a geographic base very similar to the Erie County population. The sociodemographics are very similar, and so I was able to extrapolate a lot of the experiences that we've had in Lorain County to the challenges faced in Erie County in the process.
So let's ask this. When you took the lead on this project, not as an expert witness, sir, but when you did your nuts and bolts research and evaluation, leading to the issuance of the plan request for approval, okay? What did you do?
Well, I was asked to co-chair the curriculum development part of the planning process. I co-chaired with Dr. Cheryl Dix, a local educator in Erie County, and we went through a very deliberate, methodical process of understanding the needs of the county. We drew heavily upon the needs assessment research that you've already explored with Parker Phillips, and were able to understand the applications of their research to the educational program needs of the county. We also then undertook a thorough evaluation of the educational programs already here to make sure that what we were going to propose complemented those in the most effective way. Then we put together an educational program plan and vetted it with representatives from each of the sectors of the economy that would be impacted by that educational program.
Sir, based upon your participation and preparation of the plan, your decades worth of experience, your knowledge regarding the creation, growth, and development of community colleges, do you have a professional opinion regarding Erie County's plan in terms of, to be simple, will it work?
I believe that it will work, and it will meet a significant educational attainment need in Erie County. It won't solve all the problems, but it will make a significant impact. It will fill the missing level of education in this county, which I'll speak more to a little bit later.
And sir, you know there are three primary statutory prongs associated with this board's review, correct?
Yes.
First being this, and I'll ask you, does Erie County, in your opinion, have a sufficient population to sustain a minimum enrollment at the proposed community college?
Yes, and this is where I would begin to refer to some of the data in my report.
Let me interrupt. If you need to look at your report, feel free.
Okay, thank you.
Just indicate that you're refreshing your recollection from it.
If we actually looked at the sufficiency of population from several different perspectives. I myself brought the experience of Lorain County. As I indicated, we have two very similar counties, one which started a community college 50 years ago, and the other has been without that service. Lorain County has over 12,000 students at the community college pursuing the education they need as individuals and that the employers need in that community. Secondly, we reviewed in depth the Department of Education's excellent analysis of our plan. They used 3 different methodologies to estimate what the possible or plausible enrollment could be in terms of sufficiency of population. And they concluded that the college could expect at least 263 full-time equivalent students a year, up to 3,093. They also provided comparisons with 4 other counties in Pennsylvania, Beaver, Butler, Cambria, and Northampton College. And so I extrapolated the enrollments at those institutions based on the populations. And if, in fact, Erie County were to have the same success as those 4 other established counties, obviously over time after startup, the college would serve 5,191 FTE. So I think it's very clear that there is a sufficient population to support this college. In DOE's excellent analysis, they also noted that 53.9% of college-going age student or residents without high school diplomas and no college degrees are eligible candidates for this college. Now, 53.9% would be 93,759 people as the target population from which to draw enrollment. So I think it's very clear that there's sufficient population to sustain this college.
Thank you, sir. To the extent a naysayer would say, well, there's been a downtick in community college enrollment recently, so I don't think there's a need. How would you respond?
Well, one of the things we know about community colleges is they are so responsive to local needs. When the economy is up and doing well, fewer students come back to the college for pursuing further education, for upskilling. And so there tends to be a counter-cyclical impact on community college enrollment. So in the last few years, the economy's been doing well, and enrollments in community colleges have been diminished. And the reality is that when the economy goes in the other direction, as it just has with the COVID-19 crisis, I think you can expect to see community college enrollments increase significantly across the United States as people try to get reskilled, to get back into the workforce. You know, we have a lot of those essential workers that are now facing a job market that is changing dramatically, as we've seen with online work, work from home, online education, and so on. So I think there is certainly a significant population to be served. There's a huge gap in Erie County, and I believe that there will be sufficient enrollment certainly to support this college.
You said some things that were rather shocking, and I want to cover them with you. You indicated that the Department of Education, in its analysis, thought over 53% of Erie population falls into an eligible candidate category.
Correct. And that's referenced in my report.
And that would be eligible students, whether full-time, part-time, in excess of 93,000.
Correct.
I presume your opinion is that the population is more than sufficient.
Absolutely.
Now, you heard CPA Joe Maloney testify just recently, right?
Yes.
Just today. Do you agree with what he said?
Yes, I do.
And we're not going to ask you to be the financial expert, but based on everything you've read, do you see any reason why financially Erie County does not have the wealth adequate to meet the needs of developing and continuing a community college?
No, I do not see any reason it would not have it. In fact, I think it's very impressive that they are creatively intending to use, initially anyway, as the local sponsors share funds from gaming proceeds. I know there were those that suggested that gaming proceeds may not be a permanent source of local sponsor support, but it is a very legitimate and effective use of those resources. You know, as in my 45 years working in community colleges, one of the strengths of these institutions is that they have local support, local skin in the game. And with local support comes local accountability and local responsiveness. So I think there has to be local support, and it has to be sustainable. You know, one of the things we've referenced is that another alternative considered was the Northern Pennsylvania Regional College model. And one of the things we know is that the primary source of funding for NPRC is a line item that's legislatively appropriated. And I would contend that that is no more permanent than gaming funds or other sources. So I think that the plan that Erie put forward certainly is sustainable, it is creative, and as Joe Maloney indicated, should be successful.
So let's talk about that. Of the three prongs, you've already opined that you believe there is a population need. You've already opined that from everything you've seen financially. By the way, in terms of all the plans that you've looked at, how would you equate this in terms of its financial strength?
Well, it looks to me to be very conservative, very reasonable. You know, one of my other experiences in higher education is I have served on accreditation visiting committees in about 5 different states that have had different forms of local funding. And I have to say that this local funding plan stands very directly and appropriately as a successful strategy for local funding of community colleges.
Let's go to prong 3, sir. In your opinion, is Erie County currently, that's the word in the statute, is it currently adequately served by established institutions of higher education in order to meet the need for higher education and workforce training?
No. It's my belief there's an entirely missing level of education in Erie County that would be filled with a comprehensive community college.
And I understand this is somewhat of a narrative answer. Feel free to look at your report. Just note you're doing so. And
I would encourage certainly any members of the board that are following under the pre-mark tab 25. If you look at the analysis, the Erie, Pennsylvania is 14% below the national average in the population that have some college, no degrees, associate degrees, or bachelor's degrees and beyond. That equates to approximately 15,000 individual shortfall below the national average. And that's a very challenging place for Erie to find itself today, because with the digitization of the economy, one of the things that we see is a progressive increase in the need for educational credentials to enter and be sustained in the workforce. 60 to 65% of all jobs depend upon having education and training beyond high school and credentials that are achieved at a post-secondary level. So there, for Erie County, just to come to the national average and to be able to provide individuals certainly with what they need to be successful, but more importantly for employers to be able to satisfy their workforce needs, we'd have to have another 15,000 Erie Countyans prepared with post-secondary credentials. So there's a missing level. If you look at educational systems across the country, one of the things that we observe is that if you look at just the public higher education, in most states, 60 to 65% of all freshmen and sophomores in public colleges are actually in community colleges. And now Erie County doesn't have a community college, so it's missing that whole level of the population that needs to be served.
Turning to NPRC, sir, there has been much suggestion that the services you propose would be carried on by the Erie County Community College, or would be simply duplicative of that which is already being offered by NPRC. My question is, do you agree or disagree with that, and state your reasons?
I disagree with that. You know, one of the things that is clear, if you look at higher education offerings in any community with a variety of institutions, you're going to have some courses and even some programs that have the same or similar names. But that's not the measure of duplication that's important. The measure is whether the duplication is warranted or unwarranted. And by that I mean that if the cost of an educational option is so high that students cannot take advantage of that, then it may be duplication, but it is warranted duplication to provide a more accessible option for individuals. And so there are various ways to look at the issue of duplication. One of the things that we looked at was, what is the content of the educational programs, of the educational pathways that would prepare students to meet the unique needs of employers in Erie County? What would provide completers of the programs the best chance to be able to get jobs and to have sustainable careers? And so we looked at putting a curriculum together that would have the content and the scope and scale necessary to fill the gap or start to fill the gap and to meet the needs of individuals and the employers. So we identified 10 pathways, 45 associate degrees and 26 certificates that would create a fabric of higher education opportunity that would have that impact both on individuals and on the employment community. We were very sensitive to the issues of what we called real duplication, deleterious duplication. And I'll give you a couple of examples of what we did. We know Barron's College has a wonderful set of engineering and manufacturing offerings, and we worked with them to identify and develop our pathways in engineering, information technologies, and computer science in a way that the outcome of our programs would fit nicely into and support the growth and development of theirs. We also were sensitive that Mercyhurst had an excellent associate degree nursing program. And so we did not propose to start a nursing program initially because we would not want to do anything that would harm the success of their program. Over time, we would hope the community college program could feed more students into a successful program. In fact, even get to the point that we may have to expand programs or program opportunities. So we tried to be sensitive to those duplication issues as best we can. But clearly there is some level of duplication that is going to be apparent and is appropriate if we're going to be able to put together the fabric of offerings that meet the needs. From what I've been able to understand of the NPRC plan, The scope and scale is very narrow. It is a limited set of offerings that we do not believe would meet the needs that are clear in this county.
Let me ask you a question on that very point, sir. From my opening to other people have testified about a bricks and mortar community college. Can you explain the importance of that concept to a facility that would be located in Erie County, given what your research has shown?
Yes, I'll be happy to do that. You know, one of the things the Comprehensive Community College does very well is to analyze and respond specifically to the unique needs of a local community. And if you look at Erie County, we know, as has already been stated, that Erie County displays a higher than average percentage of folks that live in poverty. One of the things we know is that of those people that we would be serving, disproportionately, students come from the lower 60% of the wealth continuum. And so they grow up in families that may not have a college-going tradition and may not have the necessary support levels to provide not only support for education, but also connections to the workplace and to the job opportunities that individuals will need to be able to raise themselves up. We know that in the urban core, there is a disproportionate part of the population that is economically challenged, living below the poverty level, do not have the resources at home necessarily to be able to pursue independent, distance learning-based education, whether it's through the internet or whether it's through interactive television-based methodology, which appears to be the predominant mode for NPRC. If you don't have a computer at home, you don't have access to the internet, as we know from the COVID-19 crisis, it ends up being a major challenge for folks to educate at home. So they need to be able to come to a campus, to a facility where you have a significant cadre of full-time faculty and staff that can work with the students, build a relationship with the students, build a culture of success that is focused on enabling individuals not only to start their education, but most importantly to complete a credential and to enter the workforce. And there are lots of bases that those needs are addressed through a full-service campus. You not only have classrooms, but you have a wide array of laboratories. We haven't spent much time in these proceedings talking about the breadth of facilities that we would envision. But, you know, information technology is driving the economy today in every sector across the board. So community colleges generally provide extensive laboratories in information technology, computer science, manufacturing, and technology development, in addition to the traditional math and science laboratories of a collegiate setting. So a bricks and mortar community college would include that critical resource for students as they pursue their educational program. And then I think the last point that I would highlight in that regard is that we know that folks that have traditionally not had access to higher education or the success in the workforce need to have an approach that is focused on what are their career and employment goals. And so what we envision is a very applied education orientation. You know, the research is clear that 80% of us learn best by doing, by applied learning. And so we would use contextual learning approaches that would provide extensive career coaching at the front end, get students into programs that get them to their major early, get them connected to projects that are in their field of employment, and soon to get connected to employers. Community colleges work with employers all the time in our laboratories and in our classrooms to connect to students. It provides motivation and inspiration for students to stay engaged long enough to complete. You know, you can go through college and fail to get a degree, and it hasn't helped you in the job market. Employers today, more than anything, are looking for credentials that are the shorthand for what a student or a potential employee is going to be able to do. So those are the kinds of things that we envision a comprehensive community college campus providing for students. They also provide some out-of-class kinds of activities that are equally important to the classroom. And I would identify a wide array of extramural kinds of activities, from certainly sports and intercollegiate athletics, but more importantly to student organizations and clubs that relate to the curriculum. There's always a Student Nurses Association. There's always an advanced manufacturing club, a Lego club, those that deepen an individual's learning from the classroom and moves to application. If you've not had success previously in educational endeavors, to be in a setting where success is wrapped around you with all the full-time faculty and staff and the resources you need, then you can be successful, and the completion rates for community colleges go up and individuals meet the workforce needs in each community.
Doctor, the hour grows long, and my 2 hours are pinching me a little bit, but I do have two more important questions to ask you. Do you believe, in your opinion, there is room in space for both NPRC and Erie County Community College as planned?
Yes, I do.
And elaborate, if you would, for a minute.
Well, again, I'll refer to the pre-marked exhibit. From what we were able to get from the NPRC enrollment projections, we did see that they project to have in 2021 and 22, that academic year, 380 students, about half of whom would be coming from Erie County. So 190 full-time equivalents. That's the first year that Erie County Community College could be up and fully operating. And we would envision that it would serve 500 full-time equivalent at that time. So that's a total of 690 full-time equivalent students, which is only about 13% of what we could expect to have as the highly functioning missing level of education in Erie County. So there's a huge gap that is still existing, even if both colleges do everything they're projecting to do and do it well. So we believe there's room for both. We've been very impressed with the good work that NPRC has done. And from the beginning of our development, we have talked with them about partnering and working effectively to try to maximize the benefits of these educational opportunities. What they do meets the needs of some students. And what Erie County Community College will do is meet the needs of a much wider array of students. Put them both together, and it'll begin to meet the needs of Erie County.
Doctor, your opinion to a reasonable degree of certainty. Does Erie County have an adequate population to support the proposed community college?
Absolutely.
From what you have seen, do you believe it has the financial wherewithal to move forward with the development of a community college?
Yes, it does.
And lastly, do you think the needs for a community college, or the students or the population that would be the subject of the target for students, is currently being met in Erie County?
It is not being met, and it needs a substantial infusion of higher education resources, and a comprehensive community college is the next logical step to fill that missing level of education.
Dr. Church, thank you for your testimony. That's all the questions I have.
Thank you.
Oh.
Madam Chair, we call to the stand James Grunke, Grunke.
Okay, and just so you know, sir, you have about a little over half an hour left.
I think we're going to make it, Your Honor.
Okay,
It'll be close.
great.
Chairman Farmer
Okay.
White, this is Adam Santucci on behalf of Senator Scarnati and the NPRC. We object to this witness. He was not on the pre-hearing statement witness list.
He was on the pre-hearing statement witnesses of Empower Erie, and per the board, one lawyer per side, so I am representing as well the interests of Empower Erie in this hearing, Your Honor.
Empower Erie filed an application to amend its pre-hearing statement on February 19th, 2020 to add James Grunke as a witness. And that was after the due date for pre-hearing statements.
Give me 1 second, Your Honor. Let me check it. Your Honor, we, Empower Erie, identified as a witness someone to be by name, named later, from the manufacturing sector. They didn't name it by name. Mr. Grunke is that individual who was identified timely as someone from the manufacturing sector. And the testimony will be brief, and if it's not pertinent, certainly this board can reject it. But I would ask that we allow, and by the way, Mr. Grunke is the CEO of the regional chamber, correct, Mr. Grunke?
Correct.
Okay. Mr. Grunke is on my list. Karen, is he?
Karen, I think what they're indicating is that in the initial filing, they had identified someone from the manufacturing sector to be named, but the name was not provided until a later date.
Okay. So are we okay? We're okay with this then?
We object to
I
it,
think that's
Your Honor.
If I may, Madam Chair, there is no jury here. You are the decision makers. May I at least say that we could present it precautionarily, and if you choose to ignore that testimony or reject it or ultimately conclude that the objection is meritorious, so be it. But we did, Empower Erie did identify someone from the manufacturing sector to be named, excuse me, later. And 12 days later, they named it.
Okay, proceed.
Sir, say your,
Yeah, proceed.
thank you so much.
Proceed.
Sir, your name.
No, Art, you need the written, no, I need to swear you in.
Oh, I apologize.
Raise your right hand to be sworn. You swear the testimony about to give the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Sir, state your name.
James Grunke,
By whom are you employed?
the Erie Regional Chamber and Growth Partnership.
What's your position with the chamber?
I am the CEO and president
For how long have you held that position?
for almost 2 years.
What did you do before that, sir?
So for almost 30 years, I've been working in the field of economic development, primarily as either a CEO or an executive director of an economic development organization, other than for 5 years when I worked for an Atlanta-based company where we helped communities craft economic development strategies and then raise the money to implement the strategies.
Can you describe the organization and the mission of the chamber for the board?
So I was primarily recruited to Erie to create the Erie Chamber as the lead economic development organization for our region. And the reason I say region is we look at our labor shed. And so we have people coming to work from adjoining counties as well as adjoining states. So we don't just look at Erie County. And economic development has really 4 basic plays: the retention and expansion of your existing business, the startup of new business and the attraction of new businesses, and of course, workforce development.
How many members or company organizations do you have in the chamber, sir?
So we have about 800 members representing about a little over 75,000 of the jobs in Erie County.
And how would you characterize the state of the economic and business development of Erie County presently?
I would rate the opportunity for Erie is tremendous, but like many communities, particularly legacy communities, having a pipeline of skilled workers, particularly when we look at the aging population of our community, we're workforce challenged.
And how did you come to that assessment?
Well, I can come to it by a variety of different ways, but the first and foremost is, as an economic development professional, one of the very first things I did is we conducted a study with a company called Gartner Economics to help us understand who is our target industries, meaning what industries does Erie and Erie County have a competitive advantage in compared to the rest of the United States. So it's called a target industry analysis and a competitive realities report. So it looked at how does Erie compare—
I'm going to object to any testimony regarding the Gartner Economics report, Chairman Farmer White, because by decision of this board at the start of the hearing, the Gartner Economics report was not permitted to be submitted into evidence.
And we accepted that ruling. However, the witness cannot come to the witness stand without explaining the purpose for why he's coming here and the reasons why he's rendering his assessment of the state of the economy of Erie County. That's all I'm asking. So we're not going to introduce the report, Madam Chair.
Okay, objection overruled.
Ma'am, if I could, I think it would be inappropriate for the witness to testify regarding the report under the circumstances.
My only comment is it's a separate report.
This is where I'm going, Your Honor. I think counsel for the objectors is conflating a second report with an initial report that Gartner prepared. And that had nothing to do with anything here. In fact, the second report had nothing to do with this litigation. But he's simply explaining what he's relying upon as CEO of the chamber. And I think that's, it's appropriate for him to explain why the chamber is where it is and why it feels what it needs is needed. That's all I'm asking.
And with all due respect, neither of those reports is in the record, and Mr. Grunke didn't prepare those reports. A third party prepared those reports, and the third party will not be testifying today.
Okay. Okay, objection sustained. Move on with this testimony.
All right, Madam Chair. Mr. Grunke, let's talk about the position of the Chamber of Commerce today. What do they view as the status of economic growth, job need, those kind of matters today? What is the position of the Chamber? What do they see? What do they see as the shortcomings? What do they see as the strengths?
The biggest limiting factor is having a trained workforce to meet the needs of the area employers.
Are you saying that there is not an adequate trained force to meet the jobs that can currently be filled in Erie County?
Correct.
Sir, do you believe there is a need for a bricks and mortar community college in Erie County?
I absolutely believe that.
Can you tell the board why?
In my nearly 30 years of practicing the profession of economic development, one of the key partners I've ever had in my career is working with a community college, because there's no organization that can be more nimble and responsive to the needs of the business community and provide the necessary training and certificates needed for industry to succeed.
Does your organization have member organization feedback? Do you get organization feedback from your various members?
Yes.
Okay. And does any of that feedback deal with the need for additional training for job skills?
Yes. When I talk to our members, they say the largest barrier that they have to grow their business is access to workforce.
That's all the questions I have. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Our next witness, Madam Chair, is Michael Batchelor, B-A-T-C-H-E-L-O-R. You'll need to be sworn.
Raise your right hand to be sworn. Swear the testimony you're about to give the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Sir, state your name.
Mike Batchelor,
By whom are you employed?
the Erie Community Foundation.
What is your position with the foundation?
I'm president of the foundation, and I've been president for the last 30 years.
And what is the Erie Foundation?
So the Erie Community Foundation is a collection of charitable endowments, all created by Erie people or people who care about Erie. There are nearly 900 different endowments. Our mission is to improve the quality of life for our region. We do that by 3 ways: addressing community needs, building endowments, and promoting community and philanthropic leadership.
In your role as president of the foundation, what have you learned about the job market and local economy of Erie County, sir?
Sure. You've heard from several witnesses already, and we are consistent with their opinions. We talk to wealth producers, I and my staff, if not daily, weekly. They consistently tell us their number one concern is the lack of a qualified workforce. We also talk to nonprofits daily and weekly who serve people in poverty, who are desperately seeking a leg up, more increase to educational opportunities. So we have been consistent in our support for a community college for at least 15 years. It's a missing link.
Do you believe there are currently unfulfilled jobs due to a lack of workforce development, primarily in the manufacturing sector?
Absolutely. I hear that from manufacturers, philanthropists, and I also hear that from experts such as our Chamber of Commerce and many reports that we have either authored or studied.
Does the foundation support Erie County's efforts to establish a brick-and-mortar community college in Erie County?
Yes, we do. We are long on record in support of this. Most recently, in 2015, we challenged the community to come up with transformational ideas. We were approached by the county and Empower Erie with the idea to establish a community college. We reviewed their plans and authorized a $4 million grant in support of that effort.
And was that grant made?
Yes, it was.
Sir, if this board were to grant approval to the application, and Erie was to move forward and incur expense, would the foundation be willing to continue to support the community college in that event?
Yes. As recently as Monday, I conferred with our executive committee. And let me also say that our community foundation has assets of $280 million. We annually make $20 million in grants. We're also supported by the community. More than $20 million is coming in. So this is a vibrant organization that's in touch with many different segments of our community. And we are on record that we will continue to support efforts to establish and grow a bricks and mortar community college, excuse me.
As you are aware, sir, NPRC opposes the community college in Erie County on the grounds that NPRC already serves Erie County's higher education and workforce needs. Are you familiar with NPRC?
Yes, I am.
Do you support them?
Well, I'm glad you asked that because I actually authored a letter encouraging Erie County to be included in the NPRC footprint. We originally were not. And I support that. It was the right decision. We didn't have a community college and we need help. And as you heard from Roy Church, the demand is huge. So we have always been supportive of NPRC. We've not been negative. And I had some small role in getting Erie County in the footprint.
Sir, having been here for the last several decades, as you've testified to, do you believe that NPRC can or is meeting the needs of Erie County as you've articulated your concerns today?
I do not.
And why not?
Well, I've reviewed the numbers, number one, so I'm familiar with recent performance. You've heard from Dr. Church and James Grunke, and you're hearing from me the magnitude of the challenge addressing our needs at scale. Erie County has our own unique needs, and the scale and size of those needs are quite challenging. I mean, there's great opportunity here, but we do need help. And if you look at our data and our numbers, our educational attainment rate, consistently below the state, consistently below the nation. You look at our poverty rates, consistently higher. The thing that correlates between lifetime earnings and educational attainment is the high correlation between lifetime earnings. So the way to address poverty in our community and help our wealth producers is a community college.
And a bricks and mortar community college, you believe, is the best approach?
Absolutely, I do. If you talk to our manufacturing community, they need hands-on training. There's lots of degree programs that have to be hands-on. So clearly, there may be room for a virtual training program, but hands-on brick and mortar is the way to go.
Sir, in closing, anything else you would like this board to consider, given your years with the Erie Foundation and your support for the plan?
Yeah, there is, and I guess it's two things. I wish you could sit where I sit and talk to manufacturers and business owners who are really challenged to look at their aging workforce and trying to, transfer their business to the next generation. They need help. I wish you could also hear from the nonprofits we talk to who are serving clients. They need help. And I guess the final thing I would mention, I've had this job 30 years. I have never seen community leadership align around an issue like they're aligned here. Our chamber, our United Way, our hospitals, our African American concerned clergy, superintendents, religious organizations, manufacturing and business partnership. Everyone is on record as saying we need a community college. We can do this. Give us a chance. We can do it right, and we can make you proud.
Thank you, sir. That's all the questions I have of Mr. Batchelor.
Thank you.
We'd like to call our last anchor witness, and that would be His Honor Bishop Brock. You will need to be sworn in, sir, or affirmed.
Raise your right hand to be sworn. Raise your right hand to be sworn. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Absolutely.
Sir, please state your full name.
Bishop Dwayne Brock.
What do you do for a living, sir?
Oh boy. I have been in ministry for the last 50 years. I have served in ministry here in Erie, Pennsylvania for the last 40 years. And in various capacities, I happen to be the chairman of the board of directors of the Erie Housing Authority. I'm on the board of trustees of Hammond UPMC Hospital. I am the presiding bishop of Covenant Ministries International Fellowship. We have churches all over the eastern section of the United States. And of course, I am the local chief executive officer of the Eagles Nest Leadership Corporation and the local pastor of the Victory Christian Center. I wear several hats.
Sir, how well do you feel you know the Erie community, Erie City?
I have served in the Erie community for, oh gosh, as I said, the last 40 years. June 18th, 1980. Next week is an anniversary for me. And I've been on the front lines of working with those who are marginalized in our community. We've developed work-developed programs, school programs, you name it, we have done it. I'm the former chairman and president of the NAACP. So we have worked profusely in the trenches. Right there in the neighborhoods. I built, 23 years ago, I built a $100,000 playground in the middle of gang territory and used gang members to do it. And we were able to show the powers that be that these young men were able to work. And then, of course, they were hired by Erie Insurance to work in landscaping positions. And so we've been doing this a very, very long time.
Sir, you're familiar with the issue before this Honorable Board of Education, I think.
Absolutely.
It is whether or not a bricks and mortar community college would be approved to be implemented in this county.
Yes, sir. Okay. Absolutely.
Do you support that, sir?
Well, it would be ridiculous not to even have a community college that is not bricks and mortar. I am the founder of the Eagles Nest Leadership Corporation, of course, and the Academic School of Distinction. And we are even now dealing with some serious issues because of the virus for our students to be able to be trusted enough or to have the technological intellect enough to be able to gain their educational status there at home, and it just doesn't work. It does not work. Nothing serves, and everybody knows that. Nothing serves the population, the marginalized population, and we're talking about the urban population, we're talking about the poverty-stricken population, we are talking about African American and the Hispanic population. Nothing can serve them adequately like going to class and sitting in a bricks and mortar institution, having a faculty, having a teacher, having a fellowship of other students. Nothing can compare to it. And I speak from the standpoint of experience.
Do you see a current need for that brick and mortar college?
Absolutely. The building that we are sitting in right now was built partly by my program of young people, and we've had to train young people. I have 200 young people right now working at Hammond UPMC Hospital going through my training program. Can't do it virtually. You have to have hands-on learning in a classroom to be able to address those cultural needs that young adults are having every day, and to be able to show and be able to give them a sense of expectation and hope. So it is definitely very, very paramount and important that we have a bricks and mortar institution right here in Erie, Pennsylvania.
Sir, they were all the direct questions I had. Is there anything you would like to convey to this honorable board before they deliberate on the fate of the plan tomorrow?
Well, first, thank you, sir, and I want to thank the board for your patience, and I want to thank you for allowing us to come. This is my third time in front of the board, and I'm very honored, but as you can tell that I'm very passionate concerning this. We're talking about saving lives. I've buried too many young people who have died unnecessarily through drugs and guns because they have felt they have no sense of hope, cannot afford to go to the major institutions here. They cannot afford to do it. And so they feel that nobody cares. They feel that they have no hope or no expectations. And so therefore that results in negative, uncivil behavior. We can change that. Our previous witnesses, we have all worked together across the years. Mike Batchelor and I, we've worked together. I was here working with Mike Batchelor King, Kathy Dawkins. We all have worked together, and as they adequately stated, we have come together irrespective of political differences, irrespective of economic differences, philosophical differences. This community has come together 100% to support the establishment of a bricks and mortar community college. I want to urge, Madam Chairman, I would like to urge the board, let's move with deliberate and calculated speed, and let's make this thing happen and happen like now. Thank you very kindly.
Thank you very much, Bishop. Madam Chair, that concludes the presentation of the applicant's testimony. I will reserve moving into evidence, the exhibits, because tomorrow's cross-examination. I understand that. But aside from that task, we rest.
Okay, thank you. Okay, before we proceed to the next presentations, we will take a break and reconvene at 3:10. Okay, so we'll reconvene. Okay. All right, at this time, we'll entertain presentations by the Northern Pennsylvania Regional College and Senator Joseph Scarnati. I'd like to recognize Kevin Hall, counsel to NPRC, and Adam Santucci, counsel to Senator Scarnati, for their presentation. Staff will begin timing the 2 hours allocated for your presentation now, and I will give you a warning when you are nearing the end of the time for your presentation.
Thank you, Chairperson Farmer White and members of the State Board. My name is Adam Santucci, and I'm here on behalf of Senator Joseph Scarnati. Also, in accordance with your February 11th, 2020 order, I will be responsible for witness examination, objections, and motions on behalf of the Northern Pennsylvania Regional College for the purposes of today's hearing. Before we go on the clock, I do respectfully request the opportunity to raise 3 procedural issues. One, we would like to renew our petition for reconsideration dated February 25th, 2020, and the NPRC's motion for reconsideration dated February 27th, 2020. We recognize that you are likely not to make a ruling on those motions now, but we would like to note that they continue to be part of the record and renew those motions for reconsideration. In addition, we would like to raise an objection to the conclusion that the submission of the Dr. James Link's expert report was untimely. Our expert report was submitted in accordance with the general rules of administrative practice and procedure, and there was no order of the board or any of the committees to exclude it. In fact, to exclude it would violate the rules and be abuse of discretion that could be reviewable by a court on appeal. Just briefly, we'll start with the rules. As stated at the outset of the hearing, the board is governed by the general rules of administrative practice and procedure in this matter. The rules provide that expert witness reports must be served within 20 days of the hearing and that the expert must be available for cross-examination. That's 1 PA Code 35.138 and 35.166. Our expert report was submitted on February 28, 2020, which is well in advance of 20 days prior to today's hearing. In addition, Dr. Links is available to testify and be cross-examined today. We've complied with the rules, and the expert report and testimony should be admitted on that basis. Furthermore, the board has issued no order precluding the submission of Dr. James Link's expert report in this matter. Although the ad hoc committee did discuss the submission of expert reports during its public meeting on February 11, 2020, the order that the board issued following that meeting did not preclude the submission of the report. Rather, that order simply states that the initial record will include the expert reports that were submitted by February 7th. It did not exclude any additional expert reports submitted in accordance with GRAP. It doesn't contain any prohibition on additional expert reports. Instead, it set a deadline of March 6, 2020 for the hearing exhibits. If the order did contain a prohibition on the submission of expert reports, it would be in violation of the rules. We also note that it would be a denial of due process to exclude the expert report because it was not submitted by February 7, 2020. The party received the committee's order regarding the pre-hearing statements on January 28, 2020. That provided a submission deadline of February 7th, 2020. That means that the committee gave the interveners 7 business days to locate an expert, fully brief the expert, have the expert draft and finalize an expert report, and submit it. Again, that was 7 days in order to accomplish all of those tasks. Please keep in mind that Erie County and Empower Erie have had years to develop the record in this matter. To provide the interveners only 7 days is simply unreasonable. And the bottom line is the report wasn't available on February 7th, 2020. Nonetheless, Senator Scarnati and the NPRC moved as quickly as possible and provided all the information that was available on February 7th. We identified that the expert witness, Dr. Links, we provided his CV and identified that his report was pending. And as I just noted, we submitted the expert report in accordance with the rules. Providing the interveners with only 7 days to prepare and provide an expert report would be fundamentally unfair. And if the interveners are denied the opportunity to enter the expert report, we believe that this would be a denial of due process. Finally, we'd like to remind the State Board that the purpose of today's hearing is for the board to hear additional input on the application. The board has heard from Erie County and Empower Erie since 2017. It has not heard anything from Senator Scarnati and the NBRC. Dr. Links has valuable information. We believe that you should accept his report and you should review it as part of the record. And with that, we're prepared for our opening statement.
Okay, well, Mr. Santucci, we have made a ruling on that in our ruling statements. So continue.
Thank you. Senator Scarnati and the NPRC are appreciative of the opportunity to intervene and be heard in this matter. Although both Senator Scarnati and the NPRC believe that Erie County's application should be denied because Erie County already has a community college, these parties do not have the exact same interests. The NPRC has a competitive interest. The NPRC was created to provide community college services, and Erie County voluntarily elected to participate in the NPRC service territory. As such, a second community college in Erie County would be duplicative. Senator Scarnati's interest in seeking the denial of the application is rooted in seeing that the intention of the General Assembly be carried out. That intention, and specifically that the NPRC provide community college services to Erie County, is spelled out in the Pennsylvania School Code. Senator Scarnati is also interested in protecting taxpayers who would bear the brunt of any decision to approve a second community college in Erie County. Those taxpayers are not just the Erie County taxpayers, but also the taxpayers throughout the Commonwealth who would be funding 2 community colleges in Erie County. Make no mistake about it, Erie County already has a community college, and it is the NPRC, and taxpayers should not be forced to fund another community college. The basic legal question that you'll need to decide is whether to approve the application of Erie County for the establishment of the proposed community college pursuant to the school code. And we realize that you've already heard from a Department of Education employee regarding the application, but that report really means nothing at this juncture. It was produced at a time when the NPRC was just getting started. The data in the report is stale. And as you may recall, there was a strong dissent from the committee which questioned the validity of that report. More importantly, the decision to approve the application is not made by a PDE employee. That decision must be made by you. After you hear from our witnesses and review our evidence, we are confident that you will agree with us that the application must be denied. You should disapprove the application because it conflicts with the higher education needs and the plan for higher education in the Commonwealth, as established by the General Assembly, the Pennsylvania School Code, and the Department of Education. You should disapprove the application because it fails to satisfy the minimum requirements for a community college as required by this board. You should disapprove the application pursuant to Section 1902 AD of the School Code because the local sponsor, Erie County, does not have a population of sufficient number to assure sustained minimum enrollment. You should disapprove the application because Erie County does not have sufficient wealth to financially support the proposed college. And finally, and perhaps most importantly, you should disapprove the application because Erie County is adequately served by established institutions of higher learning. As the dissenting opinion of the committee report noted, it appears that there is a 99% overlap in course offerings as the proposed community college. Taxpayers should not be forced to fund a second community college under these circumstances. Please keep in mind that the community college story in Erie does not begin in 2016. In fact, it actually starts in 2008 when the county's first effort began. That effort was halted by the Erie County Council in 2010 when it was clear that there was no desire to increase taxes to support the community college. Please keep that in mind. When the process was reinitiated most recently, Empower Erie and Erie County went to great lengths to avoid any taxpayer commitment. However, as you know, a commitment of local funds is critical to the success of a community college, and it's required by the school code. The application indicates that the county intends to use casino revenues to support the community college. It is true that the gaming funds identified are unrestricted funds, and that means that the county can use them on just about any purpose. But keep in mind that since 2016, Erie County has also raised taxes 3 times, and property taxes have increased over 15% during that time. Just last year, in 2019, Erie County raised taxes by 0.3 mils, or over 5%. So while the county is committed to using unrestricted gaming revenues for the college effort, it has also been raising taxes. What does that mean? It means that had the county used the gaming revenues for other general fund purposes, there would be no need to raise taxes. To put it another way, the taxpayers will be paying for the community college despite the county's best effort to paint a different picture. The use of gaming revenues in the application is simply a means to hide the ball from taxpayers who have already spoken on this issue as recently as 2010. Please also keep in mind that the use of this revenue stream is suspect. At any time, the casino could shut down, cutting off those revenues. And this is not just a theoretical argument. The COVID-19 pandemic has shown us that at a moment's notice, a casino can close and potentially cut off revenue to the host counties. If that revenue stream is cut off and there's no taxpayer support for a tax increase, where will that leave the college and those students who have been enrolled? In fact, the use of gaming revenues raised questions for the Department of Education when it reviewed the application. Those questions were appropriate then, and they are appropriate now. If Erie County is not committed to investing taxpayer money directly and gaming revenues cannot be guaranteed, what is the long-term viability of the community college? There are also other questions regarding the county's application. As you will soon hear from expert witness Dr. James Links, whose status as an expert cannot seriously be questioned, there are questions regarding the enrollment projections. Please keep in mind that the application was prepared before the NPRC was fully up and running. The Department of Education analysis that was done in the meeting minutes of this board confirm that they couldn't have an accurate assessment of the NPRC's course offerings. In addition, Dr. Links and Greg Mahon, the Chief of Staff to Senator Scarnati, will testify that the application conflicts with the plans for higher education in the Commonwealth and the intention of the General Assembly. The General Assembly passed legislation providing for the creation of the NPRC after extensive study and research. The plans for higher education in the Commonwealth, which must be considered when deciding this application, include the creation of the NPRC to provide community college services in a number of counties, including Erie County. To create a second community college to compete with the NPRC is at direct odds with these goals. You will also hear that the proposed services to be provided by the community college are already being provided by the NPRC. You will hear from Dr. Linda Fleming, the Vice President of Academic and Student Affairs from the NPRC, who will testify that the proposed community college will be completely duplicative of the services being offered by the NPRC. This testimony and the accompanying evidence will make clear that Erie County is already adequately served by higher education institutions, yet another reason to deny the application. Finally, we are confident that you, like everyone else, will reach the conclusion that the county's application defies common sense. Colleges and universities throughout the United States are battling declining enrollments and financial crisis. They're closing their doors, and that includes colleges and universities right here in Pennsylvania. The Pennsylvania State System of Higher Education is consolidating resources and recently conducted a voluntary retirement program. Even more to the point, efforts to start two-year programs in Erie County, similar to the proposed community college, have failed. Look no further than the efforts of Edinburgh and Mercyhurst. There is certainly a need for affordable community college services in Erie County, and those needs are being met by the NPRC. Those needs may not have been fully met at the time of the application, but they are certainly being met now. The NPRC has 5 physical bricks and mortar locations in Erie County. The NPRC has 5 physical bricks and mortar locations in Erie County. Certificate, workforce development, and entry-level college programming are offered and will continue to be offered in Erie County by the NPRC. The NPRC has a dean, Aldo Jackson, dedicated to students and programming in Erie County. It also has an Erie County Steering Committee. Erie County, like the other 8 counties being served by the NPRC, are having their needs met through an innovative, cost-effective delivery model that was COVID-ready and ready for continued growth and success. So why is the Erie County pushing this initiative so hard? What do the proponents of the community college have to gain? Who's going to win? Well, we're not going to speculate on those questions, but we'll certainly say there are good questions. We can tell you who will lose if the application is approved, and that's just about everybody else. First, the 5 colleges and universities already operating in Erie County, including the NPRC, will lose. In addition, every taxpayer in Erie County will lose because vital public dollars will be spent on funding services that are already available. In addition, every taxpayer in the Commonwealth will lose because already limited education dollars that could be used to address equity issues and other critical needs will be spent to provide funding for a second community college in Erie County. And if such duplicative services are offered, there's a strong likelihood that both the community college and the NPRC will fail. The bottom line is that everyone loses if the application is approved. Erie County already has a community college, and the taxpayer should not be forced to fund a second one. Before we call our first witness, we'd like to direct your attention to Scarnati Exhibit 1, which contains meeting minutes of the State Board, which were taken directly from your website. The meeting minutes document 4 key facts for you to consider as you consider the application. First, in 2010, Erie County abandoned its effort to serve as a local sponsor for a community college due to concerns that costs would be borne by its taxpayers. 2, the General Assembly provided for the creation of the Rural Regional College, now the Northern Pennsylvania Regional College, to provide community college services to areas that did not have access to a community college.
You're
3,
right. Madam Chair, I need to object. This is not an opening statement. This is an advocacy position going on ad nauseum, and it's close to a closing statement, but closing statements are supposed to be based upon the testimony that comes out in the record. This has nothing remotely approaching an opening.
Madam Secretary, I would argue that Mr. Cook's objection to an opening statement is invalid. It's simply designed to interfere with the limited amount of time that we have available.
All right, continue.
2, the General Assembly provided for the creation of the Rural Regional College and now the Northern Pennsylvania Regional College to provide for community college services to areas that did not have access to a community college. 3, Erie County voluntarily requested to participate in the service area of the NPRC, and that request was approved by the Department of Education. And 4, at the time the Erie County application was being considered, the NPRC was still developing, and therefore the level of duplication of services were unknown. These facts are taken directly from the meeting minutes of this board, and we move for the admission of Senator Scarnati Scarnati Exhibit 1 as a matter of public record. We're now prepared to call our first witness, Dr. Linda Fleming. Dr. Fleming, will you please state and spell your name?
I need to swear her in.
Sorry.
I see her.
Dr. Fleming, can you speak so that the court reporter can have you up on her screen, please?
Sure.
Raise your right hand to be sworn. You swear the testimony you're about to give the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Dr. Fleming, will you please state and spell your name for the record?
It's Linda Fleming, Linda Feming.
By whom are you employed?
Northern Pennsylvania Regional College.
And what's your job title?
I am Vice President for Academic and Student Affairs.
How long have you held that position?
Since September 2019.
Will you please briefly describe your job duties for us?
I'm responsible for all educational programs, ensuring the vision and the implementation of those, student affairs activities. I'm responsible for all of those things.
Okay. Could you please briefly describe your experience prior to joining the NPRC?
Yeah, I was 20 years at Gannon University, started as a faculty member. There, served a year as interim provost and vice president for academic affairs, and then spent 7 years as dean of the College of Humanities, Education, and Social Science.
And you're here today testifying on behalf of the NPRC.
Yes.
Why did the NPRC choose to intervene in this process?
It seems that there's a fair amount of misinformation out there. There's been a statement that the NPRC doesn't exist. A lot of the data that's being presented is assuming that the college doesn't exist. And we felt that it was important that people understood who we are and what we do and how we do it.
Okay. Are you familiar with the process that led to the creation of the NPRC?
I am.
And could you describe that process for us generally?
Yeah, so it was started in the rural counties by a number of business people and community leaders. 2012, that's when I became involved with it. There was an RFP that came out. They were looking for an educational partner. I was serving as interim provost at that time, and I wrote the application partner for the, at the time, the Education Consortium. So then for the next 7 years, as I served as dean, was the liaison between Gannon and the regional college.
Can you tell us why the NPRC was created?
There was no community college programming north of 80 in any of these counties, and NPRC sought to fill the void.
And is the NPRC fulfilling that role?
Yes.
What areas does it serve?
We serve 9 counties, Cameron, Crawford, Elk, Forest.
I'm sorry, you broke up. Can you repeat the counties, please?
Yeah, if you could stay leaned in towards your laptop, I think that would be helpful.
Okay.
Repeat the counties again.
Cameron, Crawford, Elk, Erie, McCain, Forest, Potter, Venango, and Warren.
You mentioned Erie County was included. How was Erie County included?
It was included at the request of business and community leaders and government leaders in Erie County.
I'd like you to take a look at what's been marked for identification as NPRC Exhibit 1, which is NPRC pages 1 through 504. Will you let me know when you have that in front of you?
It's in front of me.
Okay. Can you identify that document for us, please?
That is the plan that was submitted to the Department of Education in April of 2017.
And did the department act on that plan?
Yes, yes.
What action did the department take?
They approved that plan.
I ask you to skip back to NPRC Exhibit 8 and ask you to identify that document, please, which is NPRC page 694.
Yeah, that is the letter that was written in May of 2017 that approved the plan for the regional college.
So that's a May 25th, 2017
May
letter from, who authored the letter?
Pedro Rivera.
Okay. And that documents the approval of the plan that the NPRC submitted. Okay. Could you please take a look at a document that's been marked as NPRC Exhibit 9, which is NPRC 695, and identify that document for us, please?
That is another letter from Pedro Rivera that granted the regional college's degree granting status.
Okay. So the NPRC has been authorized to grant degrees.
Right, since May 28, 2019.
Okay. I'd like you to take a look at the document that's been marked for identification as NPRC Exhibit 10, which is NPRC page 696, and ask you to identify that document for us, please.
So that is a letter to Carl Anderson of the Erie Community College Task Force that was written by all of the Erie Senator and all the Erie representatives asking the County College Task Force to work with the NPRC to create programming for Erie County.
And did that happen?
That did not.
Tell us what happened.
So there was an original group that got together to create an MOU, and the original MOU that was created with Kathy Delkemper's staff and representatives of the regional college was an MOU that enhanced the NPRC's presence in Erie. That was essentially that document. Our board, the NPRC board, approved that, and the Erie County Council revised that and put in a number of different requirements. They completely revised this MOU. They demanded $2 million of the NPRC budget that would be brought to Erie. They demanded 5 seats on the board of trustees, but the biggest problem was they wanted predominant control over education and training programs and control over the faculty, the facilities, the equipment, processes, and procedures. Wasn't viable. I mean, you can't cede control like that in a college without violating accreditation expectations. So would we agreed to that, we wouldn't be able to apply for regional accreditation.
Okay, so were you present for the testimony of Erie County Executive Kathy Delkemper?
This morning?
Yes.
Earlier today, yes.
Okay, and she explained that there was discussions between the NPRC and Erie County, and you can confirm that, correct?
Yes, I was not present at those meetings. I only attended the very last meeting, but I know that those took place.
And I'll refer your attention to NPRC Exhibits 4 and NPRC Exhibit 5, which are at pages NPRC 675 to 689. Can you identify those documents for us, please?
Yeah, those are the different MOUs or MOAs. First, the original MOA, and then the that was created with the regional college and the county council or the county executives group. And then there was a resolution and a revised MOA that came from county council.
And you testified that the NPRC did not approve that MOU that came from county council.
Correct. We approved the original one, but not the one.
Are you familiar with NPRC's accreditation status?
Yes.
Okay. Have you been involved in the accreditation process for the NPRC?
Yes, I'm the accreditation liaison officer, which means I'm responsible for kind of all things accreditation, ensuring that the college is meeting all the requirements for accreditation, communicating regional accreditor, and then ensuring that all our policies and processes meet those requirements.
And what is the NPRC's accreditation status?
So accreditation is a three-part status. There's a pre-application or pre-application for candidacy.
I'm sorry, you broke up. There's a pre-what?
There is a pre-application for candidacy. There's then an application for candidacy, and then an application for full accreditation. So in September, we submitted the pre-application for candidacy. That was approved in April, and we are now working on our application for candidacy, and we expect to have that submitted within the next year.
Do you anticipate that the NPRC will be accredited?
Yes.
Okay. Do you believe that the NPRC would have been accredited had it agreed to the county's proposed MOU?
No, it violates regional standards.
If you're successful, in total, how much time would accreditation have taken the NPRC?
It'll take anywhere from 7 to 10 years from inception.
And have you reviewed Erie County's application for the proposed community college?
Yes.
Okay. And is there a time frame for accreditation outlined in the application?
Yes, they say it will take 3 years.
Is that 3-year proposal consistent with your experience?
Not at all. I'm not sure how they would do that, because once you're created, then you have to first get degree granting status from the state, and that's a significant process. And then from then you can then do your pre-application for candidacy, but you're building an entire organization from the ground up. So as you're working toward accreditation, own timeline that dictates what happens. The accrediting bodies have their own timelines upon which they work. As you're building from the ground up, you're essentially building a plane while you're flying it. And so with your operations, you're putting all of those pieces in place, you're putting all of your accreditation in place. Accreditation is not a one-person project. So I'm the ALO at the college, but I can only do so much. I have.
Sorry, you're the ALO at what?
At the regional college. I cannot be the only person who creates and makes sure that the college is accreditable. That is an institution-wide process. The institution is involved in that process of accreditation. So there's no way it could be a 3-year process. By the time you get your degree granting status, and then your pre-application in, and then there's a significant period of time before those things are approved, and then it's about a year at least when you're candidacy, and then you can apply. So
okay, I think that that covers the accreditation process. Thank you.
Madam Chair, if I may, I object and ask that the last answer be struck. I've waited patiently. This is reaching the realm of expert and opinion testimony. This witness was not so listed as an expert or one to give opinions.
I completely disagree. That's expert testimony. She's speaking specifically to her experience with accreditation.
And giving opinions.
And she's allowed to give her opinions based on her experience and her perceptions. The Erie County witnesses all spoke to their opinion about whether or not a community college was needed in Erie County.
Needed.
Right. And that's an opinion.
We also qualify.
So if we could move forward, Your Honor,
Yeah.
we're prepared to move forward.
Yeah, go ahead, proceed.
Can you explain the NPRC's delivery model, please, Dr. Fleming?
sure. So students come to classes at one of 25 or more different sites around our 9 counties. It's for students no more than 15 miles from within our.
I'm sorry, you're breaking up really bad. I need you to repeat that. So somebody stood, I don't know, you keep fading in and out.
I don't know why. So
Dr. Fleming, it might be helpful just to stay a lot closer to your speaker, because it's when you move back that it cuts a little bit.
Could you please describe the NPRC's education delivery model? And if we could ask opposing counsel to keep their mic muted until they're ready to make an objection, I believe that would be helpful as well.
So the delivery model, we have a number of different locations across counties. All of our students are within 15 miles of a location, including students in Erie County. They go to a classroom. They are interacting with an instructor either in that classroom with the student, and about 20% of our students so far have been in a classroom with a faculty member. Other students are interacting with a faculty member remotely, as we are too today. We have all the benefits of a face-to-face education, the classroom discussions, those kinds of things. As was mentioned earlier, there are many classes where there's hands-on components. We have a number of different portable labs that are available that can be taken to any given classroom around our region, so students can engage in hands-on lab kinds of experiments and experiences, such as in science, in early childhood education programs. We have portable labs. There are other types of programming that requires larger equipment, things that aren't so portable. And so to meet those needs, we are developing hubs around our region that will hold some of this larger equipment that isn't portable. And so students might have to drive a little bit further to get to those locations for hands-on work, but there will be a location in Erie County, brick and mortar. So we lease all of our facilities. We use underutilized resources. So we actually bring money into the counties. And our classes being videotaped, just like as we are today, all of those are recorded as well, which is a real benefit for students who have learning disabilities or students who are English as a second language. They have the opportunity to go to class, interact with the instructor and their colleagues and their students in the same classroom, but they have the added benefit of having a recording that they can look at later in case they need to review something or they've missed something. That's also for students who are non-traditional and can't get to class because kids are sick, that kind of thing.
There's been a number of witnesses who have referred to the NPRC's model as online learning. Do you agree with that conclusion?
I think what a lot of people think of as online learning has been, it used to start out as a correspondence course, and then it moved to this more asynchronous model where students are watching videos, they're participating in discussion boards, they're emailing instructors, but there's never any direct face-to-face interaction with an instructor. And that's, I think, what a lot of people think of education as being. And we are not that. We are synchronous. We are in class at the same time with other students in the classroom and the instructor.
Okay. And that includes the community college offerings of the NPRC?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you had mentioned that there are physical locations. How many physical locations are there in Erie County?
There are 5 right now. We have locations in Corey, Union City, Northeast, Girard, and downtown Erie. We are in the process of finalizing an agreement in the next week or so. I expect it to be finalized. We will be leasing a large facility in close to downtown. It is a former higher education institution that has moved out. So we'll be leasing those facilities, and we will have a large hub facility in Erie with a large equipment house there, as well as all of our courses. What's nice about the facility is there's a bus that comes right to the facility every 30 minutes throughout the day, from early morning into the evening. It's very accessible to all students in Erie County.
Those 5 facilities and in Erie County, those are bricks and mortar facilities?
Yes, they are.
Okay. Are there any other specific resources dedicated to the Erie County?
There is the Erie Advisory Committee. That is a group of individuals from residents of Erie County who come together and meet with myself and some of my colleagues to help us understand what the needs of Erie County are. That was actually recommended in the original plan back when the regional college was being developed. Before they submitted their plan, there was some questions in Erie County. There was a group that was convened, and one of their recommendations was that Erie County have an advisory committee, and so that's what we've created.
Okay.
There's an Erie County dean who supervises all things that happen in Erie County and reports to me.
Okay. Are there specific resources dedicated to community college students of the NPRC?
Yes. So one of the concerns that's been brought up today was, the needs of community college students. They need to be in a classroom with other students. They need significant advising, and I totally agree with that. So students need what's called intrusive advising. It means finding out what's going on in their lives, what kinds of resources they need, and intervening earlier than later. So we have in place, we have what we call student support specialists. They are housed around all of our 9 counties, and they work with students from recruitment all the way through graduation. So that's an individual who is consistent with a student all the way through their programming. They are available to help with academic advising. They also serve as case managers. So if students have needs that they need either inside the institution or outside, then our student support specialists can refer them to those resources. So if they need counseling, they can get support there. If they need food stamps or they need a food bank, our SSS are prepared to refer them to the sources that they need.
And those resources are available to Erie County Community College residents, students?
Oh, yes.
Okay. And are those same Erie County Community College resident students eligible to take the full gamut of NPRC courses and programming?
Yes, anything that's available in our catalog, anything that we are offering is available to all of our residents, including all of those in Erie County.
Okay. And with that, I'll refer your attention to NPRC Exhibit 2, which is NPRC pages 505 through 693. Can you let me know when you have that in front of you?
That's in front of me.
Okay. Can you identify that document for us, please?
Yes, that's our student catalog from last year.
And what is the status of the 2020 to 2021 catalog?
That's in process. We expect to have that finalized shortly.
Okay. Are you involved in the setting of tuition and fees for the NPRC?
Yes, I am.
Could you tell us what the current tuition and fees are?
It is $185 a credit with $15 fee per credit with a maximum of $100 fees per semester.
Okay. And is there a method used to determine the tuition and fees?
Yes, so I compare our tuition to the tuition of the 14 community colleges in Pennsylvania. Our tuition and fees combined compared to their tuition and fees.
And how do those fees compare with the other community colleges in Pennsylvania?
Right. So when I did that this spring, I looked at this most recent year, and the average community college tuition and fees that would be charged for every student for 12 credits was about $2,600 a semester. For Northern Pennsylvania Regional College, it's $2,320 per semester. So we're at the lower end of the state average.
Did you review the proposed tuition and fees of the Erie County Community College?
Yes.
And how do they compare to community colleges throughout Pennsylvania?
They were significantly lower. That proposal was about $366 less per semester than the lowest other community college in Pennsylvania.
In your experience, what factors allow a community college to maintain lower tuition and fees?
Two things that I noticed. Some institutions had really large endowments, and other institutions had agreements with local K through 12 school systems that would reduce tuition.
Okay. Are you aware of whether or not Erie County has a large endowment?
There was nothing written like that in their proposal.
Okay. For the tuition and fees that are provided, what degree programs does the NPRC offer?
We have 5 right now. We have business, liberal arts, early childhood education, criminal justice, and social science. Those are current, and we have a new program, academic program starting in the fall, applied science with an emphasis in industrial maintenance.
How many programs were offered in 2017 at the time of the Erie County application?
There were 2.
Okay. And you testified that there will be 6 in the fall of 2020?
Correct.
Okay, so 4 new course program offerings since the application was developed.
Yes.
Okay. Does the NPRC also offer workforce development programs?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to ask you to look at the document marked as NPRC Exhibit 7, which is NPRC pages 692 through 693. When you have that in front of us, can you identify that document for us, please?
Yeah, that's the course list for the workforce development for the regional college.
Okay. And this essentially is a list of all the workforce development courses and programming that were offered in 2020 or 2019 to 2020?
Yes, that were available or in process, yes.
Okay. Will there be any additional workforce development programs offered next year?
Yes, since this document was submitted, we have 2 more that are in process. One is a child development associate that we are currently offering, and the other is we just got a request from the Pennsylvania Fire Chiefs Association to offer firefighting training through the Fire Department Academy, the State Academy.
Have you reviewed the degree programs and workforce development courses that Erie County intends to offer?
Yes, I have.
How would you compare that to the NPRC's offerings?
They're very similar. They're proposing a lot more starting out of the gate, but I think that as they're comparable to what we are already offering, and then what we plan to offer in the future is going to be much the same as what they are offering.
In your experience, are the projections for the programs in the Erie County application realistic?
It's actually confusing. In the revised report where they reduced the number, I think that was December of 2018, they say in one place that they're saying that they're offering 10 programs. But when I looked at that list of 10 programs, I couldn't quite understand what they meant by that. So I looked into their enrollment projections and their finances, and they're actually reporting enrollment in what looks to appear to be about 20 different programs. So for example, in their listing of 10, on one page, they have medical assisting and surgical technology on the same line with a comma in between, but those are 2 completely different programs. And then they also have Associate of Arts and Associate of Science, but those are degree types, not programs. They actually have enrollments listed for 11 different Associate of Arts and Associate of Science degrees. So by my count, there's 20 that they plan to offer.
Okay. And how soon do they plan to offer those 20 programs?
In their first year of operation. And then as I looked at their 5-year projection, it looked like they were going to be adding another 23 to have 43 was my best guess.
In your experience with the NPRC, is it reasonable to offer 20 programs in your first year of existence?
No, it takes an awful long time to build curriculum.
Objection. This is in the
Regional
realm
college, quite a bit of time to build their own curriculum.
I'm objecting. This is expert testimony. This is opinion testimony. Is this reasonable in your opinion? That's expert testimony. We should have had an expert report for this, and we don't.
Actually, the question was, in your experience as someone who recently created a community college, is that a reasonable expectation?
And that's an opinion.
And as again, there were countless witnesses who testified as to their opinion. It's not an expert opinion. It's an opinion based on her experience and her perceptions.
We produced reports for those witnesses.
We're prepared to move on.
Objection sustained. Yeah, move on.
Did you see any concerns or inconsistencies in the application with respect to faculty?
Yeah, so it was confusing to me. They say that they're starting with 12 faculty and then adding 23 different programs and ending up with 20 faculty after 5 years. And that didn't make a lot of sense, and nor did the enrollments make sense. So let me give you an example of what didn't hold water for me. So in the first year, if you just look at the health pathways programs, they're offering 2 programs that fall into those health pathways, the medical assistant and surgical tech, those 2 programs. They say they're going to have 2 faculty members. And okay, so that makes sense. And they say they're going to have 25 FTE students enrolled between those 2 programs. That makes sense. And then you look at year 5, and as you count in the number of programs that would fall within the health pathways, you end up with 7. And they're adding 1 faculty, 1 full-time faculty for these additional 5 programs, which are very diverse, from counseling to nursing to sonography and others. They need to have additional faculty to be able to support those. The other thing that didn't make sense was the enrollment, because they're saying there are
I need to renew my objection.
25 FTE.
I need to renew my objection. This is all opinion testimony.
This is testimony that is completely within the witness's knowledge and experience.
Counselor, there are 3 criteria that this board is to review statutorily. This is a condemnation of the plan.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with, are there enough kids? Is there enough money? Is there a need not being met? They are the criteria.
With all due respect, the enrollment projections are specifically at the heart of the application, and she's testifying.
Objection sustained. Move on, please.
I'm sorry, the basis for the objection and the sustainment was?
2 things. By the way, I think the chair ruled. Please move on.
Yes.
Okay, I just wasn't clear on exactly what the ruling was. Have you reviewed the proposed program offerings in the Erie County application, Dr. Fleming?
Yes.
And how did the program offerings compare to what's being offered by the NPRC now?
They are very similar.
Okay.
They are very similar, and over time they will be even more similar.
And are there other colleges and universities in Erie County that are offering the same or similar course programs?
They are. The difference between the Northern Pennsylvania Regional College and other programs is that we are open access. So any student that applies with a high school diploma can get in. And we have a much lower tuition, so it's much more affordable.
And what's the NPRC's plan if the application of Erie County is approved?
The plan is to continue to provide services to all of the students in our region, just as we always have been. According to our legislation, Erie is one of the in our footprint, and we will continue to serve them and their students.
Thank you. We'd like to move for admission of NPRC Exhibits 1 through 10, subject to cross-examination tomorrow.
I have no objection, but I think it's a tad different. Can we wait till the cross-examination is completed, then move? Because things may come out in cross that would create a basis to object. And I know that in our case in chief, I deferred moving those exhibits until. So I think the appropriate time would be after the cross-examination by both sides, and perhaps as late as after the examination by any of the board members. So I guess, and I hate to be difficult on this, so I would object until cross-examination is complete.
I agree.
We're prepared to call our next witness, Greg Mahon. Mr. Mahon, can you speak so that you come up on the
Yep,
screen?
I'm
and
here. Hand is raised.
Okay.
Be sworn in. Thank you.
Do you swear the testimony about to give the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Will you please state and spell your name for the record?
Sure. It's Greg Mahon, Gregmahon.
By whom are you employed?
Senator Joe Scarnati.
Okay. Will you please state your current position?
I'm Chief of Staff.
And how long have you held that position?
Since February 10th of this year.
Could you please briefly describe your job duties?
Oversee basically all job function, our legislative functions, our administrative functions, our communication functions, manage the rest of the members on staff, as well as specific subject matter that are typically assignments of mine, including fiscal policy and economic development.
Did you hold any positions prior to becoming the Chief of Staff?
Yes, for almost 11 years, I was the Senator's Director of Budget and Policy.
Okay. Are you familiar with the Northern Pennsylvania Regional College?
I am, yes.
Okay. How are you familiar with it?
Twofold. One, I'm a member of the Board of Trustees appointed by the Secretary of Education. And two, I was the lead staffer on the Senator's bill that created the framework that established the college.
Okay, so you're familiar with the legislative process that allowed for the creation of the NPRC?
As a staff member, I was intimately involved in the legislative process from the beginning to the end.
Okay, could you describe it for us generally?
Certainly. Started in 2011 with Senate Resolution 147. That resolution sponsored by Senator Scarnati, directed the Legislative Budget and Finance Committee, which is a bicameral, nonpartisan research arm of the General Assembly, to conduct a study on post-secondary education opportunities in rural and other underserved areas of the Commonwealth, and report back its findings to the General Assembly. Followed that by that report, Senator Scarnati introduced Senate Bill 1000. That was the original legislation that created the framework for which NPRC would be created. Ultimately, that language was amended into fiscal code for fiscal year 2014-2015. And then subsequently, the language was further amended into the Pennsylvania School Code I believe it was for fiscal year 2016-2017. So the authorizing legislation is now its own article in the Pennsylvania School Code.
I'll ask you quickly to take a look at some documents that we've marked for identification. The first is Scarnati Exhibit 2.
I have that.
Okay. Will you identify that document for us, please?
Yes, that's Senate Resolution 147 of 2011.
Okay. And what did this document do?
This was the beginning of the legislative process. It directed the Pennsylvania Legislative Budget and Finance Committee, as noted, it's a bicameral, nonpartisan research arm of the General Assembly. It directed the LBFC to examine post-secondary education in the Commonwealth's rural areas and to make recommendations for improving the delivery of two-year degrees, technical training, and certificate programming.
Madam Chair, I do not wish to cut into the time of my worthy opponent. Matt, I have an offer of proof, because what I think I'm hearing, and I've been patient, is that we're going to hear a lengthy story about the legislative history of NPRC, Community College, the intent, the meaning, and that's a decision for this board to make. It is irrelevant whether Scarnati's employee, chief of staff, or former member of director of policy thinks this is what the legislation was intended to do. We can all read the English language, And statutory intent and interpretation is for this board to decide, or it's a matter of legal argument. And I'd like to call the board's attention to Allegheny County Institution versus Department of Public Welfare, Commonwealth Court 668 Atlantic 2nd 252. It basically says that we don't care what a single legislator may think the bill is or was or should be. We're a step removed from that. Mr. Mann is not even a legislator. He did not even vote. And for him to give us a lecture on what he thinks the law is, such that somehow, some way, the Rural College Act trumped Erie's ability to get a community college is not appropriate factual testimony. And by the way, he was not listed as an expert either. So if that's where we're going, I would object.
With all due respect, this board does need to consider whether the proposed community college application conflicts with the plans for higher education in the Commonwealth. And the General Assembly and the Pennsylvania Board of Education have established those goals for higher education. We are establishing that the General Assembly adopted a resolution, studied the issue, and passed legislation to allow for the creation of the NPRC. It certainly is this state board's ultimate question to decide whether the creation of the community college conflicts with those goals, but we are simply establishing what those goals are.
They appear in the language of the statute.
And we're entering those statutes into the record.
I've never heard of any such thing. It's a matter of public record. A statute is a statute is a statute. It is the job of this board to determine whether or not Erie's application violates the Community College Act, or, as you say, whether somehow the Regional College Act eliminated Erie County's ability to apply for a community college. That's legal argument. It's closing. This is not appropriate factual testimony for a lay witness who happened to be on the staff of a single senator.
And I would say that this state board granted intervener status to Senator Scarnati because they wanted to hear what he had to say, and they wanted to allow for the intention of the General Assembly to be heard. I would like to reserve additional time as part of this argument is taken up, as well as the number of objections that have been made are unfairly interfering with the limited amount of time that we have in this matter. Senator Scarnati was granted intervener status. This board needs to decide whether or not the application conflicts with the goals of higher education for the Commonwealth. The General Assembly has established those goals in the school code, and we're merely outlining how we got there.
Okay, Mr. Santucci, continue.
Thank you. Did the Legislative Budget and Finance Committee study the issue of community college services as required by Senate Resolution 147?
It did, yes.
Okay, I'd like to direct your attention to Scarnati Exhibit 3 and ask you to identify that document for us, please.
That is the December 2011 report of the Legislative Budget and Finance Committee that was issued as a result of the passage of Senate Resolution 147.
And what did the report conclude? Briefly.
Briefly, it noted that there was a lack of community college offerings across large swaths of Pennsylvania. It noted that there's a need for two-year programming, the technical training and certificate program, two-year degrees, technical training and certificate programming. And it specifically noted their legislation should be enacted, creating state-designated regions with multiple learning centers.
Did the General Assembly act on those recommendations of the LBFC?
Yes, that report led to the introduction of Senate Bill 1000 of, I believe it was 2013, the original piece of legislation, the framework for the establishment of NPRC.
I'd like to refer your attention to Scarnati Exhibit 4 and ask you to identify that document for us, please.
That is House Bill 278 of the 13-14 legislative session, which ultimately became the fiscal code for the 14-15 fiscal year.
And what does it provide for that's relevant to these proceedings?
This was the initial legislation that was enacted by the General Assembly, signed into law by the governor, that created the framework to establish the NPRC.
Now I'd like you to look at the document we've marked for identification as Scarnati Exhibit 5 and ask you to identify that document for us, please.
That is House Bill 1606 of the 2015-16 legislative session, which ultimately created the fiscal year 16-17 school code.
And what, if anything, did it do relevant to these proceedings?
The language that was in the fiscal code that I just spoke about was reenacted in the school code, thus giving NPRC its own article in the Pennsylvania school code as enacted by the legislature and signed into law by the governor. So like every other areas of higher education, NPRC has its own article in the Pennsylvania school code.
Okay. And now I'd ask you to look at Scarnati Exhibit 6 and identify that document for us, please.
This was a second report issued by the Legislative Budget and Finance Committee from May of 2018. It was the first of what will ultimately be two subsequent reports by LBFC reviewing the establishment, the creation, and the status of the NPRC. So it was still, while the school is in its infancy, they're not necessarily chock full of a lot of information, but outlined the achievements that had occurred, the items that were designated and delegated by the Department of Education, and further noted a final report will be issued sometime in the next couple of years. I apologize, I don't have that date.
How long did this legislative process take?
The legislative process itself began with the resolution in 2011 and ultimately culminated with the enactment of the standalone article in the school code in 2016.
Okay. What happened after the legislative process allowed for the creation of the NPRC? What happened next?
The legislation charged the Secretary of Education, at that time Carolyn Dumaresque, with a few duties. One was to establish the region that would be served by the NPRC. Two was to appoint the initial 15 board members to the NPRC. And then three, she was charged with convening the first meeting of the Board of Trustees, which took place in December of 2014.
Did the Department of Education establish any guidelines to guide the creation process?
Yes, as noted earlier, the legislation essentially established a framework for the creation of the college. It was then efforts by both the department and by the Board of Trustees and its consultants to establish a plan that needed to be submitted to PDE and ultimately approved by the secretary. Very similar process to what this board does with the application before it, just a different path. Instead of it being the State Board of Education, the charge was given to the secretary of the department. And as such, the department prepared a very robust set of guidelines that dictated as to what the plan submittal had to include.
Okay, I'm going to show you a document that we've marked for identification as Scarnati Exhibit 7 and ask you to identify that document for us, please.
That's the title of that document is Guidelines for the Establishment of the Rural Regional College, dated November 2014 and prepared by the Pennsylvania Department of Education.
Okay. And you testified a minute ago that these guidelines are similar to the guidelines for the establishment of proposed community college?
Very similar. If you were to do a comparison of the two articles in the school code for NPRC and community colleges, there's a lot of similar language. And the guidelines that the department put together clearly follow the same process and the same path that others creating community colleges would be expected to put together. Things such as finances, capital budgets, enrollment data, curriculum, all of that was an obligation of the Board of Trustees and submitting it to the department for their approval.
Okay. And did the NPRC follow the requirements of the guidelines as established by the board?
Yes, a very, very robust size of the Brooklyn phone book report was submitted to PDE.
Okay. And was the plan approved?
After one request for some additional information, the plan was approved in May 2017.
Okay.
And as such, we were allowed to call ourselves a college. As the members of the board that are in higher education know, those types of terms are closely guarded by the department, college, school, university, And we were not allowed to call ourselves a college until we got that approval in May of 2017.
What is the current status of the NPRC?
NPRC is a fully functioning regional college providing 2-year degrees, technical training, and certificate programming as directed by the legislature and the Department of Education and the Commonwealth's plan for higher education.
I'm going to show you a document. I've asked you to review a document we've identified as Scarnati Exhibit 8. Will you let me know when you have that in front of you, please?
Oh, yep. Yes, I have it.
Will you identify that document for us, please?
This is a letter from Secretary Rivera to Dr. Joseph Naran, President of NPRC, dated May 28, 2019. And it's advising that the department has granted degree granting authorization to NPRC.
Okay. So the NPRC has been approved by the Department of Education.
Essentially, I would suggest there's 3 levels of approval that are needed for NPRC. 1 was to get its plan approved, which it received from the department. 2 was to get its degree granting authorization, which it has received from the department. And 3, just like any college, including the application before this board, a whole nother layer of approvals as through accreditation. And currently, as Dr. Fleming had spoke to, we're in that process, acquiring accreditation.
Does the legislation that you discussed provide for a second community college in Erie County?
The legislation that established the NPRC does not contemplate a second college.
Are you familiar with the operations of the NPRC?
I am, yes.
Okay. How are you familiar with those operations?
As previously noted, I was one of the original 15 members appointed to the Board of Trustees by Secretary Dumaresque in December of 2014, and I'm still a member of the Board of Trustees.
Okay. What counties participate in the NPRC?
9 counties: Erie, Warren, Crawford, Venango, Elk, Cameron, Forest, Potter, and McKean.
Okay. And how was the
and
region?
For those, again, in higher education, I would suggest it resembles Harrisburg Area Community College's footprint to some degree, where it serves multiple counties with multiple learning centers throughout its footprint.
How was the region established?
That was a charge from the General Assembly to the Secretary of Education. So the Secretary of Education, again, at the time, it was Carolyn Dumaresque, in consultation with partners throughout the underserved areas of the Commonwealth, she delineated the 9 counties that are now the region or the footprint for NPRC.
Okay. And you heard County Executive Kathy Delkemper testify earlier that Erie County elected to participate in the NPRC footprint. Is that your understanding as well?
Strenuously lobbied and did a letter writing campaign asking to be made part of the footprint.
I'm going to ask you to take a look at what we've marked for identification as Scarnati Exhibit 9. Will you identify that document for us, please?
This is a July 2014 letter from County Executive Kathy Delkemper. It's addressed to former Erie Senator Sean Wiley, and it's offering her support for inclusion of Erie County in the 9-county footprint.
I'll ask you to take a look at Scarnati Exhibit 10 next, and then ask you to identify those documents for us, please.
Okay, I have it.
Will you identify those documents for us, please?
This is also another series of letters from 2014 from a wide array of people, state elected officials, representatives and senators, higher ed council, a local business, like the United Way, the Erie Community Foundation, all asking to be part of the footprint established by the Secretary of Education.
And ultimately, the Department of Education approved Erie County's request. Is that right?
That is correct. Erie County has been part of the 9-county footprint since the beginning.
So the NPRC has been approved to provide community college services to Erie County by the Department of Education.
The legislatively created, department-approved and sanctioned two-year college with standing in 9 counties in northwest Pennsylvania, including the two-year college with standing in those 9 counties.
After Erie County filed its application, did the NPRC have any discussions with the county about its application?
Indeed, quite a bit. And as the board heard earlier from a witness, to some degree it was spurred on by the governor. The governor was asking for the two parties to come together and to collaborate and to compromise and come up with some sort of resolution outside a decision having to be rendered by this board. And that led to, I would say, 8 to 9 months worth of discussions between NPRC and folks in Erie County. Originally, there was a work group that was created, 3 people from NPRC and 3 people from Erie County, including the county executive's top staffer. And those 6 people did phenomenal work and came up with an MOA that was on the cusp of being signed. And part of that MOA included the robust build out of a workforce development center in Erie. Part of it included consideration of board seats on the Board of Trustees. Part of it included the creation of the Erie Advisory Committee. But it also included a point that the application before this board would be withdrawn. And it was on the verge of being signed. It was a good faith negotiation between NPRC and the county executive's office. And ultimately, Erie County Council pulled the plug on it. They objected to it. They passed their own resolution, created their own stakeholders group. And then that led to all the demands that they had that Dr. Fleming spoke about that just were untenable and clearly would have been unable to have us become accredited when they would take control of curriculum and faculty. So while we may have been the ones who ended those discussions, the piece that was produced by Erie County Council was so poor, there was just nowhere to start. We tried, we had a couple subsequent meetings with those members of their stakeholders group, and a lot of smart people in that room sitting around the table and just couldn't figure out how to get the job done working from that document.
Does your office support the application?
Senator Scarnati does not support the application.
Okay. I'll show you a document we've marked for identification as Scarnati Exhibit 12 and ask you to identify that document for us, please.
That's an August 2017 letter from Senator Scarnati to the former chair of this board, expressing his opposition and in part introducing NPRC to this board, again, because NPRC was created by the department and not by this board. The senator thought it was very important that this board have the opportunity to understand how we got to where we were with NPRC, what NPRC does, and who they're serving.
Okay. Who drafted that letter?
At the direction of the senator, I drafted the letter.
Okay. I'd like to ask you to take a look at the document that we've marked for identification as Scarnati Exhibit 13 and identify that document for us, please.
That's October 2019 letter from Senator Scarnati to the current chair of the board, again expressing his opposition to the application. And then this letter, again, believing it was important that the board be kept up to date on all the activities of NPRC, including an outline of all the things that it had achieved since his last letter, the plan approval, the degree granting status, becoming certified in a number of technical training programs, hiring a president. We have a great hub that we're working with University of Pittsburgh and Titusville that we're doing with some trade groups there. And so again, we just thought it was important that this board be kept up to date and have all the information on what NPRC had achieved since his original letter in 2017. And the letter also includes a couple of attachments of articles in Pennsylvania newspapers speaking to the challenges that higher education is currently facing with enrollment and financial struggles of some of those schools.
Why does Senator Scarnati's office oppose the application?
It truly is a duplication of effort. There's a fabulous opportunity that's been presented to Erie County by not having to expend any resources on operations or capital costs. And I've sat through all this board's meetings. My heart, quite frankly, breaks when I hear the students and the members of clergy show up and talk about the desperate need they have. But yet we could have graduated 2 classes of those students from NPRC since this application was submitted, and they're sitting on all this gaming money and all this foundation money. They could send kids to school for free. We'd be making national news in a positive way if we could say we somehow cracked it with a public-private partnership where we're sending kids to school for free. But because there's no control, because there's no campus, and because there's no ability to dictate finances, we weren't able to reach that resolution. But I can't let this opportunity go by without saying what a fabulous opportunity to take the gaming money and the foundation money and send all of those kids in Erie to school for free. Can you imagine? We could have turned out 2 classes by now. It'd be remarkable. We'd all be winners. That's for sure.
Objection, move to strike. It has nothing to do with the 3 statutory criteria that this board is to review.
Objection sustained.
Are you familiar with the governor's general fund budget?
Yes, one of my primary duties for Senator Scarnati is to work on the General Appropriations Act every year.
Okay. And does it include funding for community colleges?
Governor's proposed budget in February level funded community colleges, both the operations line and the capital line. And then the budget that was enacted by the General Assembly and now signed into law by the governor also level funded both of those lines at last year's amounts.
So is there funding for an additional community college in Erie County?
Not only is there no money in either of those lines, the school code that was also enacted by the General Assembly and signed into law by the governor specifically states only community colleges that received funding last fiscal year are eligible to receive funding this fiscal year.
If there's no state funding available and the community college misses on its enrollment figures, who's going to pick up the costs of that lack of funding?
That burden will be borne by the taxpayers and by the students.
Thank you. We have no further questions. We'd like to call Dr. James Links.
I need to see him.
Dr. Links, you'll need to take yourself off of mute.
Dr. Links?
He is trying to get himself off of mute. If you give him 1 minute, please. Dr. Links, can you speak so she can hear you? We cannot hear you, sir. There you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, would you raise your right hand to be sworn?
I will.
Do you swear the testimony you're about to give the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you, Dr. Links. Will you please state and spell your name for the record?
Name is James Links, L-I-N-K-S-Z.
Madam Chair, may I have an offer of proof? This is the individual who the board at the beginning of this proceeding said.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. But
Can you hear me now?
yeah.
Okay. This is the gentleman who presented with an expert report long after the deadline for the presentation of expert reports. He was identified as an expert only. And I respectfully suggest that given the rulings of this board, I'd like to know how it is he could testify and what would be relevant given the board's ruling that he's barred, just like my efforts to supplement the record were barred. And I'm greatly concerned that what we're going to see next is testimony that's in the nature of an expert report when it was barred by this board.
The report was barred, but the testimony of expert witnesses was not barred. And Dr. Links was identified as an expert witness on our pre-hearing statement and should be allowed to offer himself as an expert and testify as an expert.
I got to tell you, 45 years of practice, Madam Chair, I've never heard that. The expert report, that's worse. that would mean he's not even stuck with what he said in his expert report. He's just going to be able to give you expert opinions left and right that are going to come at us today for the first time. His report was prohibited. He's barred as appearing before an expert, and I greatly suspect that was the understanding of the board member, Dr. Perry, who made the motion. The report came in late. This gentleman, as competent as he may be, is not permitted to provide expert testimony, and I object.
No order of this board and no rule of administrative practice and procedure prohibits him from testifying as an expert. And it's striking to me that Erie County and Empower Erie wouldn't want to hear from additional witnesses on this matter when that's exactly what this hearing is about. And again, I must request additional time to allow for Dr. Links's expert testimony because of all the arguments and all the interruptions that we had. We did our best to allow the other side to get in with limited objections, all their testimony and evidence, and I feel like we're being unfairly prejudiced.
I will cede you all the time you want, counsel. I have a narrow issue here. An expert report was produced late. That individual was Dr. Links. The board made a motion at the beginning. Anything that was filed late doesn't come in. The argument that you didn't follow an order of the board to submit the expert report, you're somehow excused from, and now you get to freelance. Madam Chair, that's shocking evidentiary process.
Okay.
I disagree that anything was submitted untimely.
Yeah, rules of evidence prevent experts from testifying as to matters not disclosed in reports.
Again, Madam Chair, the report was disclosed. They've had the report for months, and they have the ability to cross-examine him. And so there's nothing unfair or prejudicial. The rules of evidence also suggest that a Commonwealth agency sitting as an adjudicative body is not bound by the technical rules of evidence and should hear any evidence of reasonably probative value. Hearing from Dr. Links on the issue of the application is going to help you make your decision, and it's not going to prejudice anybody in the process.
The board made a clear ruling. Both sides filed their expert reports on the same date. We presented 3 expert reports. Let me go a step further. As I was walking back in the room, I heard this advocacy that Senator Scarnati and NPRC were not aware and were only given 1 week. Take a look at the last 2 exhibits identified by Mr. Mahon. Senator Scarnati's been around this process for a long, long time. He wanted a hearing. He knew one was coming. It doesn't matter. We climbed over hill and dale to present 3 expert reports by the due date of this board.
Their expert reports were already prepared in support of the application. We had 7 business days to prepare an expert report. 7.
The point is, it violated the order of this board, and this individual got to have the access to our
It violates opposing counsel's interpretations of the order of this board. I would ask, and I specifically request, to show the order where expert reports were excluded if they were submitted in accordance with the rules of appellate and practice and procedure. I implore this board to allow the expert witness to testify and give his testimony appropriate weight. You have nothing to lose by allowing his testimony.
Well, okay, he can testify to fact, not opinion.
And just so we're clear, I expect fully that opposing counsel, who is highly skilled at his job, is going to object to every question and answer. So if we could please just allow him to have a standing objection on the record as to any question that he perceives as an expert question, because the question of whether somebody's testifying as a fact witness or an expert witness is a muddy water. Lay witnesses can offer opinions based on their perceptions. They can offer opinions based on technical expertise. They can offer witness opinions based on their perceptions. And again, I would renew my objection to the exclusion of the expert report and an expert witness who you haven't even heard being offered as an expert yet. And I would respectfully request the board to reverse this decision.
Extraordinarily prejudicial at this time. I am not going to agree. Madam Chair, when I agreed to allow the discussion go with Mr. Mahon, that's okay. I believe that's harmless. One individual's discussion about what he thinks the legislation means. This is very different.
And with all due respect, this is not Mr. Kutz's hearing. This is the decision of the state board to decide this matter.
And they gave an order for a due date
They gave an order to exclude expert reports, not expert testimony, and now that order is being hijacked to exclude testimony from a man who is clearly an expert.
Then the ruling's meaningless.
Okay, you know what? In this case, I agree with the subjection, with the objection. So I guess we will not admit the testimony of Mr. Litz or Dr. Litz.
Just a minute ago, Chairman Farmer White, you were prepared to allow him to testify as a fact witness, and I would respectfully request, with our objection on the record and continuing, to allow him to testify as a fact witness. Excuse me.
He doesn't have facts. He's only an expert.
And of course, I believe the chair ruled, and I think it ruled consistent with the spirit and the intent of Dr. Perry's motion. The report came in late. This board took a hard line.
Mr. Kutz is completely wrong, and as soon as I see an order from the board that talks about untimely submissions of the expert reports, I'd love to see it.
All right, we'll let him continue, and he can testify to fact.
Thank you. We'll call Dr. James Links, and Dr. Links, I'll ask you to state and spell your name for the record.
Name is James Links, L-I-N-K-S-Z.
Are you familiar with the NPRC?
I am.
How are you familiar with the NPRC?
I testified on the NPRC matter when it was an RRC matter in 2013 when I was the executive of the Pennsylvania Commission for Community Colleges, and I was subsequently asked several years later to assist in the writing of the RRC, or then NPRC, plan of action that was submitted to the state.
Okay, and that was previously marked and entered into the record as NPRC Exhibit 1. You helped draft the plan that was provided to the Department of Education?
I did.
Okay, and why was the NPRC created?
The NPRC was created to provide community college services to unserved parts of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, which has been the case, unfortunately, since 1965.
Are you familiar with the Erie County application?
I am.
Okay, how are you familiar with it?
I read it as part of the advanced preparation for the original March hearing.
Okay, and are you being paid for your services here?
I am not.
Okay. We'd like you to take a look at Scarnati Exhibit 14. Will you identify that document for us, please?
Let's see, 14 is Scarnati Exhibit 14 is my CV.
Okay, does it accurately reflect your background?
Objection, Your Honor. This is laying the groundwork for expertise. This is a curricula vitae of an expert who wrote an expert report. This is all backdoor maneuvering from a talented lawyer, but it's not appropriate. I object.
Mr. Links is going to testify as to his perceptions, as to his experiences, and his opinions based on those perceptions. As I said at the outset, he is allowed to do that as a fact witness. We're simply laying the foundation for where he gleaned those perceptions and those opinions and his technical expertise.
I object to the exhibit.
Okay.
Objection overruled. Let him.
Thank you, Chairman Farmer White. Dr. Links, what's your highest level of education?
I have an education doctorate from Columbia University.
Okay. Can you please briefly describe your professional experience?
I've been involved with community college since I was a W.K. Kellogg Fellow at Columbia University in their mid-1960s. I've been involved continuously with community colleges since that time. Came to Pennsylvania first in 1964 in order to start Harrisburg Area Community College along with Dr. Clyde Blocker. Then in the spring of 1965 was hired by the Ralph Fields Associates to help write the community college master plan for the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Since that time, I have been involved in actual work at a variety of community colleges, including serving 17 years as a chief academic officer at 2 institutions in 2 different states, including starting a new community college in the Commonwealth of Virginia in circumstances very similar to the NPRC, 13 counties, several thousand square miles of territory aggregated together in a community college. I came to Pennsylvania again in 1992 as president of Bucks County Community College, where I served for over 20 years. Following retirement, I served as the CEO of the Commission for Community Colleges for several months on an interim basis. Also served as interim president of Montgomery County Community College in Pennsylvania while they were searching for a new president. While I was a president at Bucks County Community College, I served for 3 years as the president of the Council of Presidents of Community Colleges, and so I'm rather familiar with community college matters in the state.
Are you currently employed?
I am not.
Okay. Have you ever testified on issues related to community colleges before?
Indeed, many times. Well, as I said, I was president of the Commission for Community Colleges for a number of years, testified on a variety of issues, legislation that affected the colleges, appropriations that affected the colleges, and then again, most recently in 2013, 2014, when we were considering the RRC legislation.
And you testified regarding the RRC legislation?
I did.
Were you in support of that legislation?
No, I was not.
Okay, why not?
I was then the CEO of the Commission for Community Colleges. The position of the 14 existing community colleges was that this created an additional funding stream that would potentially affect the funding stream for the 14 colleges, that it perhaps diluted political support for community colleges, that it would have been much better to address the shortcomings in the original community college legislation that dates back to 1963, that has a number of faults that created a variety of unusual situations throughout the Commonwealth. And I just felt it was the wrong solution. Pennsylvania had a long history of doing one-of-a-kind solutions, and I thought it was the wrong solution at the time on behalf of the 14 existing community college presidents who believed that it would be better if a college like Butler, for example, came to Erie, came to the northwestern area, and in fact, that Butler started at the very same time a campus in Jefferson County, indicating that it had interest in and could provide community college programming for the northwest area.
What is your perception of the NPRC now?
Well, I think it effectively created a new model for Pennsylvania that is approved now in legislation that has a financial consequence. That is, it's supported financially by the Commonwealth. Because of the other things that Mr. Mann testified to, it obviously was a community college except in name only. They were just trying to avoid the local sponsorship issue. And so it created a kind of new model for a state community college. I don't think there's any question that once Secretary Dumaresque included Erie, it was also a stronger application of the regional community college model.
Despite our objections, we were directed to call you only as a fact witness, and so we're going to ask you to make sure you try to limit your testimony accordingly. You will not be able to refer to Scarnati Exhibit 15, which is your expert report, and again, we'll ask you to limit your testimony accordingly. You testified that you're familiar with the NPRC and its creation, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Are you familiar with its current course offerings and delivery model?
In general terms, yes.
Okay. And again, why was the NPRC created?
Clearly to provide community college programming at the associate degree level in arts and sciences, in technology programs, and in workforce development and continuing education programs for the 9-county area that the Secretary ultimately decided included Erie.
And is it providing those services?
It is.
Okay. Have you reviewed the application of Erie County?
I did look at the application. Very well done.
Okay. To your knowledge, or any of the
I'm sorry,
courses...
that was an opinion. I guess I'm not supposed to say that. Sorry.
To your knowledge, are any of the proposed course offerings and programs offered in Erie County already?
Well, according to the prior witness testimony, they are, in fact. And of course, one of the things that Mr. Church.
Objection, this is hearsay. He says, based on the prior witness's testimony, yes, he has no firsthand knowledge. No foundation's been laid. It's based on hearsay. I object.
I asked him if he was familiar with the programs of the NPRC, and I asked him if he was familiar with the programs to be offered in the application.
And he said, based on the prior witness's testimony.
He said yes to both of those questions, and then he said, based on the prior witness's testimony. So, Dr. Links, in your experience, are the proposed...
I want a ruling. I think I'm entitled to a ruling.
Okay. Objection sustained.
In your experience, in your perception, is a second community college in Erie County necessary?
Objection. Objection. That's the heart and soul. He actually misframed the question to begin. In your opinion, no, in your perception, that's an expert opinion. This has become jocular at this point. He is restricted as an expert, and he's given opinions. I object.
Objection sustained.
You testified that you reviewed the application, Dr. Links. Did you also review the information related to the funding for the Pros Community College?
Yes.
And do you have knowledge with respect to how community colleges are funded in Pennsylvania?
I do.
Okay. Is the county's proposed funding consistent with your understanding of how community colleges are to be funded?
Objection, same objection.
He's going to answer a question as somebody who served as the chair of the Community College Association in Pennsylvania. This is not expert knowledge. This is knowledge he gained in his job, just like all the other witnesses testified as the knowledge gained in their job.
Objection sustained.
Is this board, I'm going to interject, is this board interested in gathering testimony or evidence? I'm going to ask these questions whenever I have a right to ask questions tomorrow anyway. So why don't we stop with the consistent objections and allow him to testify based on his experience?
We already gave the chairwoman the authority.
Shut up.
With all due respect, I think that the interveners are being denied due process by having all of their attempts to have these questions answered. So I'll just renew our objections again for the record, because it's clear that council intends to object to every question and answer, and that those objections will be sustained. So quite frankly,
You have 30 minutes. You have 30 minutes left, sir.
But if we're not going to be able to ask questions of our witness and have them answered, I'm not sure where I can go from here. So I guess we'll cede our time with the understanding that we have renewed our objection for reconsideration of the decisions of this board, both by Senator Scarnati and the NPRC. We'll renew our objection to the exclusion of our expert report, and we will object to the exclusion of our expert witness based on a violation of the general rules of administrative practice and procedure. And with that, we have nothing further.
All right, you're done?
Well, we have plenty more testimony and evidence to offer, but since we're not being allowed to offer it, I don't think it's worthwhile to continue.
Okay. All right. Do you have any other witnesses?
We do not. We have a series of objections.
All right. Okay, well then, I'd like to thank you all for your time and attention this afternoon. And we will recess tomorrow. But I would like for the board members to go into executive session. We have something to discuss regarding, it's a timely that deals with Washington County. So if you could sign off, call back in on the number that Karen included for executive session.
Madam Chair, just a question. The audio, is there an availability to get the audio for this somewhere? Maybe it's a Karen question, I don't know.
It's a Karen question.
Okay.
Sure. The recording is being done via the Zoom webinar platform, and that will be turned around based on how quickly Zoom processes it, which is typically in 24 hours.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay, so Karen, what do we have? So you have no other witnesses?
And we're not being able to present our witnesses in the manner which is appropriate under the rules of administrative practice and procedure.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you. So board members, Karen, what do you want? Board members to sign off and then call back in?
Yes, if you have recessed the hearing, then it would be appropriate for you to call for executive session on a topic unrelated to the Erie County Community College plan, and advise members to use the dial-in number that was provided to them for that purpose.
Okay, I am recessing, so we will meet tomorrow morning at 9. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Motion to adjourn?
We're not adjourning, Jim. Karen has recessed the hearing and we'll reconvene tomorrow at 9.
Okay, thank you.
Karen, this is Stephanie. We are officially ending the Zoom hearing today, yes?
Stephanie, this is Jeff Keeling. If you can hear me, are you able to direct me to where the number is to call in for the executive session, please?
Jeff, can you hear me? This is Stephanie.
Yes, I can hear you.
I will email it to you now.
Thank you very much.
Add it to Agris too, would you please?
Sure.
Thanks, Stephanie.